Hello, hello, and welcome everybody on the second qualification tournament of Star Heroes Grand Opening, whole series of tournaments where the best pilots from the past year and a half are going to compete for the place of the in the finals of qualifications, and then two of the best teams actually are going to play on the stage on the biggest event for Star Heroes yet. It's going to be the grand premiere, the grand release of the game. We are finally going out of the beta stage of the game, and we are going live in a couple of weeks. And the host of today's tournament is going to be me, Rafał Szczepanek, and my guest, Igor Ikarwypian.
Welcome back, guys. I hope your day was great, but it will be only better.
Yeah, hopefully it will be better, because we are going to dive right into some of the really great games. On the first tournament we had some nice players, yeah, indeed we did, but today it's going to be even better, in my opinion. One of the strongest teams and strongest players are going to participate today.
Yeah, we talked about that team. You said that it was the best players ever participated in Star Heroes game.
Yeah, over 50% of win ratio in the tournaments itself. I'm not counting the single maps, I'm counting tournaments. They won over the half of the tournaments they've been participating in, so...
Right now, the players are first, second, third and fourth place in the leaderboard.
In the leaderboard, yeah, individually, that's correct. But before we dive into the second tournament, let's talk a little bit about the winners of the first qualifications. And the winning team was Sons of Anomali, with the players Bartes, Juliet and Renifer.
And as you can see, they play not only Star Heroes, they have other favorite games, like CS, so it's also a shooter, Quake, so that's why Bartes shoots so well.
Also Mass Effect and Battlefield are the shooters of some kind, looking at Renifer, Enemy Territory, GTA, San Andreas, CSGO, Code Warzone, so yeah, I now see why these guys are so good at this game. They are bringing some other titles and some qualifications and skills from those titles to Star Heroes. As we can see, they have 2 months of experience playing as a team. Right now, pretty much all of those players are in like top 10, top 15 of leaderboard, so that's also a really good sign. They started early to play together, and they are sticking with this team so far. They like to play with each other. That's pretty good pros when it comes to this team, and complementary skills, because they believe in themselves, and also they proved us that it is a pretty competent team to take part in the finals.
And why they are playing Star Heroes, they said it's dynamic gameplay with intense fights until the last seconds, and of course that's right, that's correct. We have seen that Sons of Anomaly are playing extra aggressively. They are starting fighting in first seconds of the match.
Yep, and they are building their advantage from this point of the game till the end. They went pretty flawless in the first qualification. They had some problems in the finals, playing against the second team that qualified to the finals, and the second team is the Monkey team, so let's quickly jump to that. The players are Kocex, Yoda and Vito Dorito.
Yeah, and Vito Dorito is my favorite player here, for sure, because we play the same game, the same title.
I mean, yeah, we do, but there is a different skill set needed to play League of Legends and to play Star Heroes, but as we can see, it's really no difference for this guy.
Yeah. He does not need to play any other shooters games to be still great in Star Heroes.
Those guys are playing since the first season, so it is a lot of time of playing for them individually. As we can see, they started in the beta. I mean, Kosek started in the beta, so he's some kind of veteran in this team.
Yeah, that's really great. And pros are kinda the reason why they have those nicks, yeah, right? So we can see Kocex, long story from home, probably he like Kot, it's a blanket in Polish.
Okay.
So I guess that's the reason. Yoda likes Yoda, simple as that, nothing different. And Vito Dorito, who likes Dorito, and his name is Vito.
That's actually pretty funny. And why Star Heroes? We found the game on Twitter and became addicted. I mean, addiction usually is nothing to be proud of, but in terms of being so used to play this game, to like it very, very much, so that those players are playing it pretty much every day. We can see it just quickly going through the leaderboard. As I said before, they are pretty much like top 10, top 15 players. Pretty much everybody that qualified to the finals of qualifications is some kind of a top player right now.
Yeah, yeah, they are great players. They already qualified to the finals of qualification tournament.
Yeah, that's going to be played on the 10th of February. We will invite only 6 best teams, 2 from each qualification tournament. So these are the top 2 teams from the first qualifications. And today we are going to take the other 2 and invite them to the finals of qualification. So let's have a quick look at the bracket. We have some really, really nice teams, in my opinion. Looking at, for example, When Pilots. We've seen When Pilots B, and we have the original team of When Pilots, and also Star Alliance. That is the team filled with star players of Star Heroes.
Yeah, definitely. Last tournament we had Adam Małysz.
Lotnicy
Reference, yeah.
Małysza? Yeah.
Lotnicy Małysza, nie Mateusza, not Mateusz, Małysz. And today we have also Polska Górą.
That is
So
the
it's
reference to the
Mariusz
strongest guy on Earth back in the time, Mariusz Pudzianowski. That's correct.
Yeah, yeah, Polish Mountain.
Polish Mountain.
It's kind of popular meme in Poland.
Yeah, I mean
Obviously.
it is, and those guys actually took it to create their team name, and they are referring to Mariusz, as you know. I think in terms of getting the strength from this guy,
Definitely.
which means they probably should win the
Yeah.
whole tournament with ease.
Mariusz now is a fighter, MMA fighter, so...
And also an influencer and
Yeah.
many other things. Hopefully the same thing would happen to our players. They are starting as competitors, then they could be maybe not specifically fighters, but you know, some kind of bigger personalities starting in Star Heroes.
Yeah, they might be heroes.
Yep, or stars.
Yeah.
At some kind. Yeah. So basically that's it when it comes to the first tournament. On the second tournament, as you could see, we have 16 teams plus 1. I saw the beta team upper in the second round, so we have an additional team. I'm not sure why, but it's still good to have these numbers going up, not down.
Yeah. And there is a match before the beta team. Beta team waits in round 2. If the alpha team wins the round 1,
We're going to have a clash between Alpha and Beta.
yeah.
That's basically the original names for both teams, you know, the blue and the red team, the Alpha and the Beta team. So that might be interesting, but we are going to start with a match that we saw the last time when Pilots B against the Dev team. And by the way, both of those teams did superb in the previous tournament. They acquired the 3rd and the 4th spot in the latest qualifications. It wasn't enough to qualify to the finals, but it's a pretty good sign for today's.
This close. They were this close.
1 or 2 matches away, so yeah.
Yeah. As I remember, when Pilots B lost in the final round of
Losers
loser
bracket.
bracket against Monkey.
Yep.
Yeah,
And the Dev team lost in the previous match.
the
So
previous one.
it was a nice journey indeed. We saw the Dev team playing, and we were surprised by their skills. As I took a look on my notes, I seen that actually not so many players are familiar with the player profile of those guys from the dev team. I mean, they are developers, they are creating the game, they know it pretty well, but the players wasn't actually so sure about their skill level, and they proved ourselves and pretty much all of the community that the developers can also shoot, can also use the movement for their advantage.
Yeah. That's a rare event when developers play their own game, actually.
That's
to
good.
be honest, but that's great, for sure. Also, it's game dev against game dev, the classic match for game dev category, because when Pilots B are beta testers.
Yep, I mean a lot of those players are actually beta testers. A lot of new players as well that wasn't able to play the game when it was in the really early stage, like alpha-ish, something over a year ago. But we do have some veterans, and we also do have some fresh blood taking part in the Star Heroes. For example, like take the picture of Sons of Anomali and Monkey Team. Those are the players that started pretty much playing on the first season, and the first season was like a couple of weeks ago, if I reckon correctly. So which means they are not as experienced as, for example, Gravity Revolt or Peggy or Spartan on Panpilot or any other player that started playing the game basically when the project was still named Starterra and started shifting into the Star Heroes, and you know everything was just about to happen, about to start. So we have some of this, some of that combined in the second round of qualifications.
Also, when you join the Star Heroes community, it's great. It's really helpful community, really warm welcome.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And that's great because you can get helped by other players to get better.
Of course, even the best player out there, Gravity Revolt, was hosting something called the coaching session for the new players, but we will go back to this topic after the game of Dev Team against When Pilots B. I don't know, Ikar, if you recognize this map. It's the Digens Arena, the map that probably wasn't played on the first qualification tournament.
For sure, it wasn't played on the stream.
Yep, it wasn't for sure.
Yeah, so we can say that. And, of course, Dev Team in squad, BJK, Pan Paragraph, and
Anonym the Dev. I want to quickly stop you here and shout out to Pan Paragraph, the CEO of the GameSwift platform, and really, really recognizable person in the crypto world. So big shout out to Pan Paragraph, and let's see how he does in the game.
Oh, of course, great. We will see. I hope it will be a good gameplay against the When Pilots B in squad, of course, without any substitutes. So we are sure about Cooler, Padder, and
Belzebos.
Belzebos.
Exactly, yeah. So let's have a quick look about how those players are going to perform on the beginning. You know, the beginning, the first 3 minutes is basically about acquiring as many credit points as possible to upgrade your weapons, to upgrade your shields, and to get ready for the first anomaly to spawn. As you can see, it's not so peaceful as it used to be on the Nox colony. Right now, Padder already we've switched weapon to a proton cannon. He's already at 3 kills within the first 2 minutes.
That's great score. Last match in the last qualification, When Pilots B won the match, so we are sure that Dev Team wants to get a rematch.
Yeah, this time they got Pan Paragraph on their team, and as we can see, he's 2-1. That's a really, really nice score on the beginning. He swapped his weapon for the proton cannon and bought the first upgrade. So let's see how it goes right now. Anonym the Dev, the head of quality assurance, if I reckon correctly. He's trying to show off some of the skills here and there, but he wasn't able to.
Not so good. What is different? BJK decided to play as the first buy the shield. That's not so meta.
I mean, somebody has to take the beating, somebody has to tank some shots in order to the other players to actually go really crazy with dealing the damage. As we can see right now, the strategic approach to this game is going to be swap sides from left to right and not to rush into the middle, because as we can all see, it's going to be really, really dangerous. And by the way, on the middle, of course, we have the first anomaly spawn. It's going to give plus 500 health to all of the players from the team, pushing it to the end.
That's really a lot in the late game too, not only in the early game, but especially. For the start, When Pilots B are winning, are pushing the anomaly, and the Dev Team has to leave it. They have no chance, it looks like that, for the start.
Yep. But the first anomaly is also some part of a warm-up when you are just trying to acquire as many credits as it is possible to buy some more upgrades. As we can see, players are mostly focusing on getting the second weapon, the laser, as I can see from this perspective, and also the first upgrades of the shield. Although when pilots B team are skipping on the shield upgrade for now.
Yeah, they are. As always, as a standard play from when Pilots B, Beelzebub starts with the laser as soon as possible. He's the main pusher of the anomaly.
Yeah, but he's in some trouble right now. He needs to escape because all of the enemy team members took their eyes and their guns on him, so it's not going to be that easy of a push as he was expecting.
The F team doesn't want to let the second anomaly for enemies. As we know, there is a handicap that it's harder to push when you already have the one anomaly advantage.
Yep, but it really does not matter for them because it looks like they are succeeding without that many problems on the beginning. By the way, everybody is playing the shooter spaceship, which means we will have a lot of missiles flying around.
Yeah, and that's a big damage in early game, which can provide you easy elimination to start.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it might deal around 2,000 damage combined with some shots of proton cannon. When your enemy are not having the upgraded shield, it's going to be pretty much a winner if you land all of your missiles on the enemy spaceship.
Which is not that easy, actually.
I mean, in the open space in the middle of the Digen's arena, it's not that hard. But Digen's arena is designed to have a lot of corridors, a lot of pillars around here and there. So yeah, you can pretty much try to hide, regenerate your shield and make yourself less visible for the enemy team.
Yeah, for sure. Dev team, now with the advantage of pushing the anomaly, they want to get their first anomaly and get plus 500 max.
Max health, yeah.
Yeah, max health.
It says hull, but it is health. I can assure you,
yeah.
I tested it myself.
Alright.
By the way, it is so even in terms of eliminations. It's like +1 to when Pilots B team. In terms of credits, it's also pretty much a tie.
Yeah, we started with a little advantage from for the when Pilots B, but now it's a tie. It's really close to each other. But when Pilots B doesn't want to let enemies get their first bonus, they are really coming back with the anomaly.
Yeah, they are highly focused on the anomaly because they know that those boosters are, you know, nothing to ignore. Especially when, as a third booster, you already have the second plus 500 max HP. It's going to be total of 1000. So yeah, that's basically like the second upgrade of a shield for free.
Yeah, that's really big, and they get it when Pilots B with 3 anomalies on their score.
Let's take a look at Pan Paragraph right now. He sent his missiles, but I don't believe that any of them actually got to the target. We have a quick swap on the opposing side. Cooler is trying to gather some more credits, and he's waiting for his teammates to start the fight. He's trying to be this little sneaky guy, playing from behind, trying to flank somebody. Right now, his eyes are on Anonym the Dev. He's trying to win this fight 1 against 1, and he succeeds in doing so.
With help of his teammate, easy kill another for when Pilots B, and another anomaly for them.
Yep. I wasn't paying much attention to the anomaly, and wow, they got 4 in a row right now. That's a really big boost.
Beelzebub is really a great player for pushing the anomaly. That's his main goal, and he does it great.
Yep, everybody has fully upgraded proton cannon right now, which means that damage output is going to be really high. Just look at this, Padder did over 3000 damage within like only a couple of shots.
That's really high DPS. When we can say on the start there is really long time to kill, but when you get the first upgrades, when the enemy team doesn't have a lot of money spent to the shield, you can easily burst them.
Yep, I mean not so easy because there is also a movement that's really important in terms of this game. You don't have auto aim, even though the missiles kinda do, but you can still try to dodge them simply by hiding. As we can see right now, Cooler is trying to lay low. Actually, he's right now going to buy some upgrades. He has a fully upgraded shield right now that's so huge. He have 5,000 shield and pretty much almost 4,000 health. That's almost 9,000 like survivability points combined.
Yeah, that's really a lot, and as we can see, he just hide for the regeneration of the shield. And Cooler, top fragger of his team, now with Padre, of course, the same amount of kills.
Yeah, as we can see right now, the strategy is pretty clear. Cooler and Padre are trying to fight off enemies, so Belzebos can have a really peaceful time trying to push the Anomaly. Right now, it's not so peaceful because all of the players from both opposing sides are alive and trying to fight their way through the middle. Padre scores the kill onto BJK. He's not going to buy back just yet, which gives a lot of time for the when Pilots B team to actually try to regain the control of the sphere.
Yeah, when Pilots B with the issues, but now really good in defending. As we can see, another eliminations for them, and only BJK alive from Dev Team.
Yeah, it stopped being so tight in terms of credits and eliminations, as we can see when Pilots B are getting the upper hand on this, but in my opinion, it's mostly because of the boosters. 5-0 for this objectives, and yeah, it's going to be really close fight for the last push, because it is the last Anomaly that's going to spawn in this game.
Yeah, and that makes sense. The last Anomaly is the most important one. It makes the score. Who wins? Who gets the loot?
Who brings it home? As we can see, Anonym the Dev bought himself back. He's not going to slack to wait on the enemy team to make a move. They are trying to fight for the first win. Pan Paragraph is right now dead. He's not buybacking just now. He's waiting for the right moment to do so. Cooler, he's buying some upgrades. As I see, it's the laser level 2, which is pretty strong. Not only for the pushing, but actually to finish the enemy if he's close.
Definitely. It's more important to have save some credits for the really last seconds of the game, or even after, even the overtime when the multiplier comes on.
Okay, Pan Paragraph is trying to fight one-on-one. Those missiles were missed actually, and he wasn't able to survive that, even though he had a level 4 shield. Right now the 5th upgrade is the biggest one, giving you an extra 1400 shield.
But BJK with really quick revenge from over Pan Paragraph. Padre killed, of course, but I think when Pilots B are buying themselves out from being deaf.
Yeah, and they are controlling the space right now. They are pushing the Anomaly towards the enemy goal line. As we can see, they are leading not only in credits, but also in terms of eliminations. Belzebos right now has died. He doesn't have that much credits to buy himself back, but it's 2 against 1 right now. They are slowly pushing the sphere and looking for Mr. Paragraph.
Yeah, they have to defend it now. It's 100%, almost. Okay, 99. But
they're not pushing it to 100.
Yeah, and they can't, probably, for some reason, I don't know. It doesn't make sense for now, probably, because for the first 5 minutes, the sphere is really slow.
Alright, Cooler was caught in a really bad position. He's still waiting, trying to buy an upgrade and then buying himself back, going from the spawn. BJK is trying to fight against one of those pilots and he succeeds killing Belzebos, but Belzebos is right now back on the track. BJK also really quick buyback. Everybody is trying to not waste any second.
But when Pilots B are making their advantage even bigger, as we can see, it's almost 10,000.
Yeah, it might be really tough to push the Anomaly, but you have those 5 boosters, you have those full builds. As I can see, only Belzebos is missing the 5th upgrade of the shield, but it shouldn't matter that much. All that matters right now is the precision, is the tactic, strategical approach to this game, and also movement, which Mr. Paragraph lacked at the end. He was dead for only a split second.
Yeah. In the most important seconds, actually, because the sphere is really close to the dev team's goal.
Yep, Dev team has to defend it somehow. They are lacking some really important things. For example, like Mr. Paragraph, where is your second weapon? I know that you're lacking credits and you won't be able to afford that, but this might be the difference maker right now.
Yeah, one Pilots B from the great early game through the tough mid game, but now they are back with the huge advantage.
All right.
Dev team is out of any cards. They have no.
Nice flank from Mr. Paragraph right now, but he's really low in terms of health. Alright, he's dead. It took only like half of a second to get rid of him. What are Dev team going to do? They are constantly buying back from being dead. They are trying to defend as hard as possible. They managed to bounce the sphere, the Anomaly, back towards the middle, but not for so long, I do reckon.
BJK with the problems, but instantly buying himself back and trying to save the Anomaly that is closer and closer every second to the Devs team goal when Pilots B with the clear late game.
Alright, Padder is coming back from the spawn, waiting for his allies to join him to try to make this last push. They are trying to go and get some eliminations. Padder trying to make use of the laser to actually kill the enemies, not to push the sphere. We are going to an overtime, so the multiplicator is going to work, is going to scale, is going to give an advantage to the team controlling the ball in the middle.
And as we can see, when Pilots B are making a business out of it, making the multiplier works for them for the whole time. Dev team is not really happy about that. They are trying to take control to kill the enemies, but when Pilots B are much more accurate.
Belzebos is trying to hunt down Pan Paragraph. He's trying to do so carefully and he succeeds. It's a 100% power of the push on the sphere. It's really close for when Pilots B team, they got those 5 boosters. They've got themselves a full builds in terms of the shield, in terms of the weapons, and looks like they are going to succeed in the first map.
BJK without enough credits to revive himself, and only Pan Paragraph was alive, but now they have no chance. Full team eliminated, and when Pilots B with first win.
Yeah, they managed to get an ace at the end of the map. It's only a matter of seconds until the sphere actually goes behind the goal line. Congratulations to WEN Pilots B on the first match of today.
Great game by them, and as we can see, a lot of eliminations for the both sides.
Yeah, I mean, it was really close in the first like 5, maybe even more minutes. It was like dead even in terms of credits, in terms of elimination, but when Pilots B were paying more attention to the Anomaly, were so highly focused on, you know, trying to stay even in terms of credits. Yeah, it's okay, but when you got those boosters, the first, the second, the third one, boom, plus 1000 HP, boom, a faster regeneration of the shield, and you're stacking the shields on top of each other, finally ending up with 5000 shield and almost 4k health. That's a really tanky shooter, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's another day when Dev team doesn't focus on the anomalies, and I think that's their mistake, to be honest.
I mean, maybe they just went through numbers and they went to the conclusion that, you know, getting a booster is okay, it's nice, it's really fine, but what's the most important is getting, you know, the full upgrade for the late game. And actually, you can have all the boosters in the world you want, but if you are not able to push the last anomaly behind the goal line, then you are losing. And you know, boosters are going to be wasted.
Yeah, but the boosters are really helpful with it, with pushing the last anomaly, as we can see, and another day, another win by When Pilots B against Dev Team.
That's 3-0 actually,
Oh,
and all of those matches were really close.
Yeah.
Those on the Sunday, the 2 matches were really close, and today's match was no different. But it was a different map, the different approach, and the different players on the dev team. It was Mr. Paragraph. Once again, a big shout out to this guy because he's not only, you know, the head of operations and trying to manage the project as best as he possibly could. As we can see, he's also hell of a pilot himself.
yeah, that's really great that the CEO shows himself in such a tournament and makes a really good score.
Yep, I mean, wasn't enough for this round, wasn't enough for this match, but we are in a double elimination bracket, which means they will have maybe another shot, not specifically at When Pilots B, but maybe at making it through straight to the final.
Yeah, it would be great if we could see the schedule, not the schedule, the bracket.
I mean, you can, you need to ask nicely, like this.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Producer, for the bracket itself. As we can see right now, the losers team, the teams that went to the lower bracket are Xborg Atlantic Space Commanders, I cannot... Some pretty weird name of the team, the devs team, and not so heroes. We are still waiting for the winner and loser of the 7th match of today, Galactic Gladiators against Team Hydra.
And as we can see in the upper bracket, we still have both When Pilots teams.
Yep, we do. And also Star Alliance. These are the teams that I am going to be focusing mostly today because they are so good. Like, team full of veterans, team full of really skilled players. Really not that much to add to the discussion. I just want to see them play.
First 4 places in the leaderboard speaks
for themselves. Yep,
yeah,
pretty
definitely.
much.
But When Pilots B and When Pilots, the main squad, will not play against until the
semi-final, I believe?
Yeah, I think it's the semi-final.
I mean,
so that's great actually. If they would play against each other at the start, it wouldn't be so fun for both of teams, for sure.
Yeah, in terms of a single elimination bracket, that would be a bummer. You know, one of the really strong teams just had to go off and take the rest of the evening and just watch the stream and cheer for all of those friends. But in a double elimination, even if we had such a situation that we do not have currently, it wouldn't be so bad. But it's better that, you know, we are shuffling those teams randomly and we have no power over who's going to play whom. We are not fixing the schedule because we want to keep us as sportish as possible.
As fair as possible. And the format of the tournament, of the qualifications, is really fair for the players. You can lose a single match and still be able to get to the final qualification tournament.
You can even lose the first or the second qualification tournament and still make it in that third. I am really looking forward to When Pilots B team. They went third on the first qualification tournament. Right now they are here with yet another shot, but this time, in my opinion, the rosters are a little bit stronger.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
We have 2 new rosters, especially When Pilots main squad and the
Star Alliance team.
Yeah,
I'm a really huge fan. Did I tell you the story that actually I have played? I do believe that it was Poznań Game Arena 2022, the LAN event for Star Heroes. We've been hosting as a Witch Hub in Poznań, and I had a chance to play one-on-one against some of those guys. And it was so early in the project that pretty much everybody, you know, was on the same level, the same basic level of understanding the game, and the game looked different than what it is now. And I had some nice fights here and there. I was considering myself one of the better players at this time. Right now I would be crushed, like, you know, 10-0 or something.
You don't put so much time as the players. for sure.
That's for sure. I mean, I have other things and other responsibilities. Not as these guys doesn't, but they are like so driven by this project, so driven by this game and rivalry and excitement and everything that I heard some of them are practicing like every single day.
And that's great if you want to be the best. That's the only
That's
way.
the only way. Yep, yep.
Yeah, they pay much more attention every day than actually us, but we are following the project also.
Yes, yes, we are. We are trying to do some progress. We are trying to play some games. Actually, I want to give myself a chance for the airdrop of Star Heroes that is doing for those players. And I've heard that I need to play couple of games. Actually, you can just go for the airdrop that Star Heroes community and sign up for it. But I also do recommend that you actually play the game because the prizes, I'm not sure, I'm just guessing because I didn't check the facts. It's going to be distributed alongside the players, you know, starting from the top, the highest rewards to the bottom. And I want to be somewhere there, you know, like top 300 or something at least.
By the way, if you want to take your shot, participate in the qualification tournament, you are still able to do so. But what is important, if you sign up with the full squad. With 3 players at least.
Yep. We will go to this shortly after this match of when Pilots playing against the SCP team. Let me just quickly check what's the full name of this team. For now, Icar, please take over.
We are taking over, of course, and when Pilots with a huge start, as we can see already, 2 eliminations advantage.
Space Pirates, it is.
Space Pirates.
Yep.
All right.
These are those pirates, you know, like they are, you know.
Do you like pirates?
I wanted to make a statement, but I lost it.
Yeah,
mid-sentence.
Yeah,
doesn't matter. Let's go. Let's dive into the Looney Station, the 3rd map of the Star Heroes 3 released and ready to play maps. We had some shots at the other as I was looking at the development progress, but these are the 3 best and ready to play maps: Nox Colony, Digens Arena, and Looney Station itself. So let's just focus on this one.
Yeah, and as I said at the start, when Pilots with a huge start, now it's 6 eliminations advantage, so as we can see, it's a lot of credits.
Yep, Kamix, Mixtier are those players I do remember from, you know, like a year ago, tournaments that been hosting in the early of 2023. Really talented, really good, really experienced, in my opinion, some kind of veterans. I'm not sure about Mateusz K, but you know, this name rings a bell, so maybe he's just like one of those veterans playing this game for a year or maybe even longer. But when it comes to Space Pirates, we have Maro, we have Agauko, and we have Restgo. I do remember Agauko once again from those tournaments being played like over a year ago. So yeah, those guys are also as experienced as possible.
Yeah, and Maro with the statement with 2 and even 3 first eliminations for his team.
Yep, he's trying his best, but he needs to bring his team to the same level as he is right now, otherwise he's not going to win it 1 against 3. Alright, we are pretty much over with this whole warm-up early game playing style when you are trying to collect as many credits as possible. As we can see right now, players are mostly acquiring credits by eliminations because we have so many, like 15 eliminations on the side of When Pilots team.
And 12 minutes left, so we have first Anomali on the map, and When Pilots are starting with a huge statement, starting to focusing the Anomaly right after the spawn.
Agauko is trying to make a flank on sub-body, but he's missing most of his shots. That's really tough to do so, but he still keeps an eye on the Anomaly. He's still trying to push it a little bit more with his team right now. All we can see is that When Pilots players are not paying attention to that, they are pretty much giving up on the first one.
Yeah, Pirates looks like they do not care, but they have no chance, to be honest. They has, of course, proton cannons at the start with the upgrade even, but the shields are huge difference for now, and as we can see, when Pilots already with even 2 upgrades for the shield.
Alright, we can confirm that going for the proton cannon is the meta right now. Everybody is doing so. Nobody is even keeping the minigun, as if, you know, why do I need a minigun? It's a nice addiction. Yeah, I can poke a little bit my enemy with that,
Yeah.
but proton cannon is just too good.
Yeah, especially when you can just sell minigun and instantly buy the upgrade for the proton cannon.
Yep, and we can see that not only 1 but 2 upgrades pretty much on almost everybody on each side. Even the 3rd upgrade in hands of Mixtier. So let's have a look how this guy performs. He's trying some long shots, he sends some missiles, but he's retreating from this aggression, trying to regenerate the shield. He's low on health, so he has to be really careful with this one.
Yeah, of course. Also, Mateusz K with the 3rd upgrade for the proton cannon. While he was eliminated, he could buy this.
Alright, so Mixter is not focusing highly on the sphere itself, as we can see. He's some kind of a, you know, star player that's going mostly for the enemies, trying to disturb them, trying to keep them busy, trying to keep them off the Anomali.
Yeah, of course. When Pilots be with the handicap, it will be really hard. The sphere will be much slower for now, but Pirates doesn't really have a chance to make a competition such a for when Pilots team.
By the way, really smart usage of the missiles from the side of Kamix. He wasn't trying to use them on a long range, he just rushed towards the enemy and pretty much just popped them into his face.
Yeah, when shooter have a skill such as a nitro, speed up.
Yep, speed up booster, yep.
Yeah, speed up booster. So it's much easier to make the distance shorter and burst with your missiles.
And when it comes to this map specifically, the Luni Station, when you have so many corridors and tunnels and places that you can hide, you need to use them at a really close range. Otherwise, the enemy ship is just going to, you know, take a turn here and there and then just try to lose those missiles that are just going to hit the terrain and not deal any damage.
Yeah, being blocked by the wall, obviously it's possible. It's not that easy to every time land your missiles, and as we can see already, 8.5 minutes left for the game, and when Pilots with 3 dark spheres with 3 bonuses.
I would call it a really peaceful game, as peaceful as you can call a Star Heroes game, mostly because one team is leading so hard in this match. When Pilots, they were missing in the first qualification tournament, we've been waiting for them, and right now you all can see why we've been waiting that hard for them. Yeah, these are one of the most talented pilots we have in the Star Heroes community.
Yeah, and it's such a big group of friends, probably. I guess not only the playing friends, but the friends at all. That they have 2 teams, as we can see. Obviously, when Pilots B are from the same group.
It's like some kind of a clan, the group
Yeah.
of players that is actually so big that they have to decide who's going to be in Team A, who's going to be in Team B. Do they have an academy? Because I want to sign up.
Yeah. When Pilots B is kind of an academy, probably.
Yeah, but I want a C team or the youth team, even though I'm not so young to be in a youth team. But still, hey guys, can I sign up?
We will ask after the stream,
Yep,
for sure.
hopefully.
Hopefully.
Right now, as we can see, 4 boosters on the side of When Pilots B team, a really nice advantage in terms of credits. And when it comes to eliminations, that is a huge gap. Kamix 15-5, Mixtier 14-2. He's playing out of his mind.
Yeah, great game by those guys. Mateusz K probably more focusing on the sphere, I would bet. at least.
I mean, it's all in the numbers. If you have really fewer number of eliminations and assists than your teammates, we can assume that you are mostly working on pushing the anomaly.
Or getting the
Or,
credits for your
getting the
team.
credits from the containers that are spread around the map. Yep.
Yeah, that's also a work to do.
I mean, yeah, if in terms of someone, to be the star player, the top eliminator, the top fragger, the other teammates has to work for his safety and for his economy to buy some more upgrades. We are almost 10 minutes into the game and all members of When Pilot's team has fully upgraded proton cannons and also, what's more important, fully upgraded shields.
Oh, and that's a huge difference actually. As we can see on our sheet, it's 2.5k of shield difference between those teams, between the third and fifth upgrade.
Yeah, and even though these Star Pilots players have fully upgraded proton cannons, so the DPS output might be similar in terms of, facing your enemy one against one. It's going to be really hard to out-damage them, mostly because they are so tanky. And I wasn't paying attention to those bastards, but looks like they had yet another plus 1000 health points booster.
Oh.
2 plus 500 combined. It's 1000, right? My mathematics.
Quick maths, man.
Yep, quick maths.
And when the pirates started to push the anomaly, it was the last before the actual last one, the last with the augment, the last with the bonus, and now we have a anomaly about the score, about the match result.
Yep, and it's 5-0 in terms of getting those bonuses. We saw it in the last match, but the last match was much closer than this one.
Definitely.
We are actually seeing a really big gap in terms of, for example, equipment. It's really hard to keep up when you are constantly being chased down and shut down every time you're leaving your spawn.
Yeah, there is a lot of bigger difference between those teams for sure. Dev team against When Pilots B were much closer, as you said. Not in the bonuses, of course. It also was 5-0.
Yep.
But in the credits, in the amount of eliminations, it was pretty equal for both teams. Now
right now, what's really important that all of the When Pilots team members went to the spawn to buy probably the last upgrades for them, which are the 2 lasers. That's really important to push the sphere to the end, but actually to just get as prepared as possible for one of the last combats.
Yeah. As we can see, the first minutes of the last anomaly, it's not moving so fast. It takes some time, but the baby steps, you take the advantage, you push it to the enemy's side, and it's much easier to end the game up on the real late game, on the overtime.
Yeah, as I can see right now, Agauko is trying to push a little bit from the side of his spawn. He's barely moving out of the safe zone, and he's trying to, land some shots, push it a little bit, buy some time, generate some credits passively to buy some more upgrades. But the second he leaves the spawn, he's losing like his life.
Agauko doesn't have a really good time, to be honest, in playing.
That's basically, right now, that we are experiencing, that's basically a spawn camp. They are not allowing the Space Pirates to leave the spawn without being beaten.
Yeah, but you still have to hide behind some walls, so they can't kill you from the spawn directly when you are unable to hit them.
Yep, Kamix is buying the last upgrade for this game, so everybody on the side of When Pilots is fully stacked right now, and we still have 2 minutes timer and possibly some more seconds of this match.
To be honest, Kamix would be able even to buy the third weapon and fully upgrade it.
Almost fully upgraded Gauss Cannon, yeah, that's 4500.
Yeah, but we have a lot of cheaper weapons for sure. But the Gauss cannon is one of the meta.
Gauss
Yeah.
Cannon in eyes of many players is like the third best weapon you
Yeah.
possibly could use.
Yeah, for sure.
Some of those players actually do like the CKM weapon also, heavy
Yeah.
machine gun.
Yeah, the Polish CKM.
Yeah, Polish ciężki karabin maszynowy. man.
Yeah, it's my favorite name to be honest.
No, my favorite is Gauss Cannon because
Gauss.
it's so simple yet so powerful.
Yeah, as we can see, Kamix decided to buy the Gauss cannon and fully upgrade it, but he's not reviving himself for some reason.
He's just chilling, waiting, buying the fully upgraded Gauss Cannon
Yeah.
and just waiting, just chilling.
No need to use it.
And no need to hurry, by the way, because
Yeah.
okay, let's take a look at Kamix and his sniping abilities. He's trying to be this kind of a guy with a sniper rifle, really annoying. Whenever you're leaving the spawn, he's like, boom, 20% of your health gone within the blink of an eye.
Yeah, that's a huge experience difference, skill difference for sure for when pilots.
I mean, the Anomali is just being so slow, so
Yeah.
ridiculously slow.
Yeah. Maybe it could spawn a little later.
I mean, maybe those handicaps that you are getting from acquiring those bonuses could be less painful in terms of the last Anomaly. That's actually the game decider.
Do you think it works for the last?
I mean, looks like. Because it's on 100% for like 2 minutes straight now.
Maybe, but it wouldn't make sense for me, to be honest. For the augments, yeah, sure, but for the last one, it
Yeah.
would be weird.
For the last one, I don't know. I mean, I just don't know, so let's not make a judgment here.
Yeah, we are
Because
not
we
sure.
do not have all the informations needed. All we do know and all we do need to know is that when Pilots B are going to win this match without that many problems. Let's once again look at those statistics. 27-7, 31-4 by Mixer. Oh my god, what a really lovely performance. And Mateusz K, 11-3. Not that many eliminations, but the part of his jobs that needed to be done was done pretty much perfectly.
Yeah, perfectly, for sure. Enemy team got 14 eliminations only.
Not so many.
Not so many.
It was a tough match for them indeed. I mean, they are playing against one of the really strongest teams possible made by the pilots of Star Heroes community. Everybody on the left side playing for like a year or so. It's really hard to beat the experience, to beat the skills that,
The
been
beta testers.
trained for pretty long time.
Yeah, they are also a beta tester, so they know this game as much as possible, to be honest.
Yep. Let's take a look at those KDAs. 11, 9, 5.86. Really great scores.
Yeah, and 586 is the worst score in this game for when pilots.
And still
But
amazing.
It's still amazing, but only because of a lot of deaths. A lot of.
When are we looking at the damage right now? The whole Space Pirates team, the whole 3 players, did a little bit over the damage that only Mixer provided to his team.
Yeah.
That's the statement. That's the difference we've been talking about, and that was the clash between a really great experienced team playing against, I mean, not so bad players, because I do recognize Maro, I do recognize Agauko. They were just not on the same level today.
60 kills difference, almost 20,000 in credits. It speaks for itself.
In many esports games, we would call it a stomp.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, we would call it that because it was really one-sided of a game. So that's it for the match. That's it for this round, I do believe. Maybe let's just quickly jump into the bracket to see how things are going so far. As we can see, we have some teams in the third round when Pilots and Star Alliance are waiting for their enemies. And we do have the clash between Beta Team and Alpha Team, and Alpha Team won.
That makes sense. Alpha is higher than Beta, you
All
know.
right.
It's the first.
All right. So we do have this, and we are still waiting for the result of the When Pilots B against Galactic Guardians. That might be interesting. I am betting my credits on When Pilots B because I really want to see these guys succeed. But you know, playing against Star Alliance in the round 3, oh my god, that's going to be a hell of a match.
Yeah, it will be a really tough match for both of those teams.
Yep. As we can see that the results are coming in right now as we speak, so maybe let's just quickly jump onto the camera and wait for yet another lobby to be created so we could spectate it. In the meantime, maybe we can have a look at some amazing, interesting graphics about the teams that are participating today. I don't know what we have prepared right now. It's some kind of a surprise, not only for us, but for the viewers, but maybe we can take a look at some of this. For example, When Pilots, the team that we've been looking at for the past 15 minutes.
And there is a little difference. As we can see, most of the players, their favorite weapon is Proton, for sure, the most meta one, but When Pilots really likes the CKM.
And Mateusz is my guy, going with a spread cannon. Yeah, the old spread cannon was, I mean, really OP. At the times where the ships were not so tanky, you could basically spam like 3 or 4 shots from the basically melee range at the enemy ship, and then just you know, like 3 or 4 times tap the enemy onto the head and get the elimination. That's it. Yeah.
And all of them are Nox Colony enjoyers.
Most of them are CSGO players. That makes sense also. The experience since the first tournament a year ago. That's what I'm talking about. That's the experience needed to play as well as those guys.
Yeah, they are really great and got really high place in the leaderboard.
Yep, top 16 in the leaderboard. Pretty much every one of them, I do believe. As I recon, I checked the leaderboard today and I saw those names really high on the list. Huge experience in Star Heroes and other esports games. That's being shown on the screen as they play, so that's really important. And why Star Heroes? Creation of When Pilot team, regular meetings and rivalry. Yeah, regular meetings back in the day, they had like meeting every week with the CEO Maverick, talks about the game, talks about the balance, and those guys were taking part in it, so they just got used to it, liked it, and decided to stay.
And that's great. As we can see, yeah, you told they have a lot of experience in other competitive titles, and that's the thing you need to be the real star, to be the best player. The part of your soul is about the competition itself.
About the competition, about the experience, because even though you played different games, for example, like take CSGO for example, you know, there you have shooting in Star Heroes and there you have shooting in CSGO. Even though it's still a different kind of shooting, you still need the reflex, the reaction time, the understanding of where to put your mouse, how to predict your enemy, the movement, the strategic approach, the communication, everything, like everything.
Yeah,
you have no smoke grenades.
At least.
Yeah.
Which is great. I hate to learn those smokes patterns.
You know the lineups to
Yeah,
know.
lineups. Right.
Yeah. I'm smoking window.
Do you know those? Like at least one?
For the window on the Mirage, yeah, I do. From the T-spawn, yeah, I do.
Alright. But I think we will go on a short break.
Alright, let's get some water, let's refresh ourselves, and let's go back to you guys within a couple of minutes with the next match. welcome back after a really nice short break. Did you get your water? Are you hydrated?
Yeah, of course.
It doesn't look like, but
What do you mean?
it's fine. I had a drink myself.
A drink
A drink.
of
A
water.
soda.
Soda, alright.
Soda, yeah.
You
I'm
like soda?
I'm a soda drinker, but
Ah.
no sugar soda
Alright.
because I'm trying to be fit. Trying.
Okay, okay.
Not succeeding,
Yeah.
but trying. Okay, everybody. Thank you very much.
That's right. You're bulking.
I will leave this without a comment. I'm not trying to do bulk anymore. I'm trying to get in the summer shape.
Shredded. Get shredded.
Yeah, but right now I'm trying to get the bracket on our screen so we can talk a little. No bracket. Let's talk about Team Hydra first. Let's go with this one. Favorite weapon for everybody? Proton. What a surprise.
Map, all of them. They have no favorite one. They
No
like
preferences. Okay.
really every map, and that's great.
Is everybody playing CS? Yeah, CS, CSGO, and CS 1.6. Basically, Counter-Strike players. I like that. I really like that.
And why Team Hydra for the Sigma, Oxymoron, and Rule? They have 3 heads, obviously, because they are 3 different human beings.
Yeah, but kill one and face the power of the other 3, which means that if you're killing one of them, then the 4th player is joining the game. Okay, that's a funny thing to say about your name origin. Experience, just a couple of days in the current crew. Before with Klejnot Nilu. I am not familiar with the name of this one.
Klejnot Nilu?
Yes. I mean,
Gem of Nil. Nil's gem.
skip that. What are the pros? Sigma has some past experience of playing in alpha stage. Didn't knew that.
And he's a Sigma, that's...
And he's a Sigma, that's self-explanatory, indeed. Top 4 as a tip in the and as a team in the leaderboard. There is no leaderboard for the teams, but those players just went with their scores combined and then just try to, I lost the word. Never mind, let's go right ahead. Positive attitude is the 3rd pros of the team, and I do believe that's the most important one.
Yeah, and another most important thing, why Star Heroes? Fun to play and amazing rivalry.
It is fun to play indeed, and the rivalry is amazing when you're taking part, for example, if in the qualification tournaments and trying to win something for yourself. For example, the place in the finals of qualifications, and then the place to actually play on stage on the grand premiere of the Star Heroes game itself.
That's what I told you. The most important thing, even in competitive gameplay, is to have fun.
It's to win.
What do you
It's to win,
mean?
definitely.
No, it's to have fun. Team Hydra is with me.
I can assure you that they have more fun winning the games than just playing the games.
So they are winning for fun.
Funning for win, something like that. I don't know. Everyone in the esports industry is driven by wins. If you were just to keep on losing, you would probably lose some of the fun that the game gives you.
Yeah, probably.
That's why I stopped playing League.
I play League. What do you mean?
Yeah, ARAMs are not actually playing the game. So.
We have the same rank on solo queue.
For now.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
now, for now.
I will be higher.
Let's try on Star Heroes leaderboard. Let's see then.
No, I can't play shooters. I'm so bad. My aim skill is really the worst you have ever seen.
The worst excuse I have ever heard.
Probably.
Yep.
But that's true.
Okay. Guys, I had a topic in my head, but then you started talking about your skills in shooters, and I
You asked.
lost it. I lost it mid thought. But
That's bad. That's bad.
it's
actually.
okay. It's okay. Maybe we can have a look at the bracket right now to see if those teams are actually making any progress. As we can see right now, the round 3 should be ready, and we saw the team Hydra on our splash screen, which means that we are probably going to go with team Hydra against Polska Górom team.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, that's also good to show some of the lower bracket matches to get to know those teams, to see the difference between the skills, power, and experience between the upper and lower bracket actually. Because in the round three, Alpha Team, when Pilots B and Star Alliance, those are some of the top teams like overall in this game.
Yeah, definitely. The Star Alliance against One Pilots B is
Banger.
banger. It's a banger, just a banger. That's a good word. And one of those teams, one of the best teams, will be in loser bracket, which is great. They can still come back later.
Yeah, and I do believe that one of those teams will come back later, at least to the losers round 5, at least to the fight for the 4th and 3rd place of this tournament. We have so stacked this exactly second tournament of qualification is so stacked with so many talented teams. We will say goodbye to the two of them in the good manner, to just welcome them to the finals of qualifications, which means all of these other teams may fight once again on actually on the Sunday of this week. Yeah,
Sunday,
yeah, it
yeah.
is Sunday. It is Sunday. The
Uh,
finals are being played on the Saturday on 10th of
10th,
February. Yeah.
yeah. So fourth, the third qualification tournament, and 10th, the finals of qualification.
And 17th, the final of finals, the big grand premiere of Star Heroes. I am looking forward to it.
Me too, me too. It will be just a final, if I'm right, if I'm correct.
Yep, yep. It will be only the one match between the two very, very best teams out there. It's going to be more of a show match, in my opinion, but just the show of the pure skill. 6 of the really, really best players, 2 of the best teams out there from the community gathering in Warsaw just to do a good show, just to showcase the game and the possibilities and rivalry and pure esports.
Fun.
Okay, fun. Yeah, fun. Exactly. I got the signal that we are waiting for one of those matches to begin. The lobbies are being created. Players are gathering. They probably took a break as soon as we went on a break, but we only needed to refresh ourselves a little bit. When it comes to playing, when it comes to exhaustion from playing the game, even esports game, it's a real thing. You can get exhausted by playing computer games. So yeah, they probably need a little bit longer of a break.
Sounds funny, but it's a real work to play computer games.
Yeah, and it's hard. It's hard. I've been some kind of pro player myself.
You've been.
I've been in terms of League of Legends back in the day. I'm a
Yeah, me too.
3 times champion of Kielce and
Oh,
stuff like that.
the
yeah.
real achievements, actually.
I have a golden medal. Yeah, so that's an achievement.
The medal.
Yep.
Whoa,
I
man.
I do have a golden medal for playing League.
Oh.
Don't
Okay.
worry.
We are back with the TV.
And we are also back with the announcement of airdrop campaign. Airdrop.starheroes.community. Go to this site and give yourself a chance at some tasty prizes from the airdrop. Actually, the whole crypto community and many projects are going into the airdrop strategical approach to gain new users and new players and new people actually working on the chain of with the coin, etc. And Star Heroes is no different. We are just using the best solutions to gather even more people into the community.
Of course. Are you a crypto fan? Do you
Um,
have some money in your crypto wallet?
Yeah, I mean it's hard to name myself a fan because I am kinda new to the industry, to the whole market, really huge market of hundreds of projects, etc. But yeah, I do have some assets here and there. I am interested in some gaming projects mostly. I am a fan of GameSwift's platform to be precise, because it's a platform that actually helps to develop up many Web3 gaming projects and gather some players here and there to work together as a big marketing platform also, because as big as GameSwift is getting, the other games are just partially taking from it. So
it's a really great platform to.
yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say right now it is like a Steam, but in some time in the future it might be just like a Steam, when you have like hundreds, thousands of games accessible through the platform.
Yeah.
And Star Heroes is going to be one of them.
For the Web3 games,
For the Web3 games, yep.
which are great.
Right now, to be honest with you, not
Okay.
so great as, the old gaming industry, for example, like, Witcher and Cyberpunk and
It's
everything.
not a triple
But
A
we are
product.
going in this direction.
Yeah, it's not a. There is no a AAA product yet. Can you say
Yeah,
that?
I don't believe yet. I mean, maybe some early accesses, some really big projects are, cooking, but nothing so, like game-changing yet. Star Heroes is going to be the first esports, mainly esports, Web3 game released within a couple of weeks, so that might be a game changer in this industry. Not precisely, like free AAA and a big lore and everything like that, but in terms of esports, yeah, it's fair. It's fun, the rivalry is nice, we have a lot of players, you can host tournaments, you can play the leaderboard and everything that is basically needed to be called an esports title.
That's great. I don't have a crypto wallet yet, but we will talk about that
It's
after
like
the stream.
2 minutes of work.
Yeah, but
And you can also take part in the airdrop, and maybe that's how you start your crypto journey.
and be a millionaire.
Maybe someday, I don't know, it depends on, how you
Yeah.
work with your assets.
I know it's not that simple. Probably.
Not everybody would agree on that. We
Alright.
have some lucky guys that, just bought something really early, forgot about it, and then just, woke up couple of years later and, hey, I bought Doge, I bought Shiba, I bought Bitcoin, I was going to order a pizza with it, but, I fell asleep.
Someone
and then
did. Someone did.
Someone did, yeah. That was the most expensive pizza of all time.
Would be now. Yeah.
It is. Even taking like the current price of Bitcoin, not specifically the all-time high, but even the current one, it's a lot of money. Yep.
After years. That's.
And imagine you getting some star tokens from playing the game or any other source, and then you just play the game, you enjoy it, and then maybe in a couple of years it's going to be really big, maybe average, maybe I don't know where the project is going to be, but I know for sure that it's worth giving it a shot. It's worth actually playing the game, trying to feel if it fits your style. You're not a FPS player, I know that, but maybe give it a try.
Give it a try. I will for sure.
I mean, you have the T-shirt, so you are obligated to. So
Yeah, we have played like a few times.
a few games. That's
Yeah.
not enough to get the full experience of this rivalry.
For sure.
And we've been playing with one of the best players, so I've been just like a flying target.
Me too.
Yep.
The only kills I got was on you.
Same story here.
We are such noobs compared to the best players.
Back in the day, I could
Yeah, back
put
in the
on a
day,
good
we
fight.
know.
Yeah, when I was younger and more handsome. I don't know if that's something that actually makes you play the game better, but
I don't think so.
all right.
But the age is important. Actually.
Is it?
Yeah, it
I mean,
is.
I don't know the exact age of one of the best players, Gravity Revolt, but he has kids. He has his own company and project and everything. He's not like this really young, promising esports star, but he's still like one of the best. So it's not like I doubted that it's really important to have the proper reaction time and reflex and everything, but you can still be one of the best at your 30s or something.
Yeah, of course. Because 30s are not being so old. Like you are still able to play and be a competitive player.
So where's the limit?
I don't really know. We don't know it yet, to be honest, because
Because esports is such a new industry.
yeah, Yeah.
Faker is going to play forever.
I wish. Imagine if he quits, it will be a real shot for the
It
esport.
will be the end.
Of
We'll
the
just go
esport.
back to play single player games.
Yes, such as Cyberpunk or Witcher.
I was more thinking like a Gothic or Skyrim.
What do you mean?
Okay.
I have never played those titles. Never tried. Even.
I would like to say that I'm not going to talk to you, but I need to.
You are obligated.
Yep.
As every time.
Okay. What's going on in this tournament? Are we going to have a game really soon?
It would be great for sure.
Yeah. It's not like I'm not enjoying, sitting here and having a
Yeah.
talk with you.
Yeah, you're
But-
not.
But I would much rather prefer to go with a game that's going to start within like 3 minutes.
So that's really soon. 180 seconds?
179 and 78. And do we have any graphic for the teams that are actually in the upper bracket? I mean, when Pilots B, Star Alliance, any of those star teams. If we do, then maybe I can start a discussion about them. I do have a lot of intel about those players because I've been playing with them. I've been casting the tournaments they've been playing in, and it just feels really good to bring back the memories. Do we have? We do. All right, we do have the brackets.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so we can see it.
Team
Still-
Hydra won against Polska Górom.
Yeah.
Dev Team defeated Space Pirates, and Galactic Guardians defeated Beta Team. So we do have some teams that are actually not going to play.
And as we can see, when Pilots B lost against Star Alliance,
Not
which
that I'm
is
surprised.
not a big surprise, yeah.
But I am curious about how this match went.
It will be probably another game, Dev Team against when Pilots B.
Oh yeah, probably yeah. When if dev teams can go over Galactic Gladiators, then yeah, it's going to be a rematch once again for the 4th time in the couple of days.
Yeah, and it's really equal level, skill level, because both of those teams lost against when Pilots B.
Both of which team?
Galactic Gladiators.
All right.
Am I right or
You're
no?
right. Yep.
Or I'm not.
Galactic Guardians.
Guardians. And there are Gladiators. Alright, okay, so I'm kinda.
Guardians
blind.
are out of the game. They are not guarding a
Okay.
thing,
Yeah.
and the Galactic is not safe anymore. I mean, we
Right.
still have the Star Alliance that's probably watching all over us.
Yeah, our screen is really far away, so I just miss.
It's about your eyesight.
Probably.
Yep.
Should I go?
Did
to
you
the
consider wearing glasses?
Last time I checked if my eyes are healthy, if I see everything correctly, it was a great sight. But now, after a few years, I should probably do it another time. Go to the doctor.
Yep.
How about your eyes?
Perfect.
Perfect.
The
Yeah,
I-
they are beautiful.
in Poland, in Polish language, it is a thing called sokoli wzrok. It's
Sokoli
eagle eye.
Eagle eye.
Eagle eye.
Eagle's
So
eye.
I do have eagle's eye. Yeah, I can see everything on the screen. For example, here's me, the seal.
And there is a lamp.
Yeah,
No way.
I can see everything, man. Like that's no problem for me at all.
To be honest, when I look at the screen,
Yep.
it looks kinda like a Rubik's cube, but without any colors.
I mean, there are some variations of Rubik's cube when it's
In-
not a cube itself.
Yeah, in different shapes.
Different shape, different sizes, different everything. I've
Yeah.
seen like the pyramid one, or
Yeah.
the
There are also with the different size of each square, not the whole
cube or
Cube?
only the square? Okay.
Only the squares are different size.
Do you know how to solve a Rubik's cube?
I don't.
Like not randomly. Okay, I got it. But
No, no, no. Like
algorithm.
probably 12 years ago, I used to learn, but I have never done it.
Okay, okay. I do have a cousin who's like really good at it, and he could solve it within like 15, maybe 20 seconds.
Oh, that's great.
That's not like the world record attempt, but
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like a pro at it, I could say. But I myself,
I really don't get it when the guys are like,
yeah,
And it's
super
done.
fast at it. Yeah, yeah. Me too. I don't know what's going on.
you can't even see. To be honest,
I mean, they are not
that
even
fast.
looking at it.
Yeah, yeah, they don't need. They just need to prepare it. Look, how is the colors? How are the colors? And they are like, oh, already done in their head.
Yep, yep, yep. And I'm wondering that if the movements of their hands actually matches what's going on inside of their in their heads. So
No, I have no idea. It's so fast. Like I can't even move my hands so fast. Like
Yep. Yep, yep. I'm getting a signal
Yeah.
from the space that we are actually going within the couple of seconds to see yet another match of Star Heroes in the second qualification tournament, and it's going to be the Dev Team.
And Dev Team with a chance to play against when Pilots be another time after this one, if they win.
If they win, yeah, let's not take it for granted. It's not granted right now. Let's see how Anonym the Dev, BJK, and Pan Paragraph are going to do against Ghosters, Auror, and Rivande.
And Rivante with the first kill, with the high note start, which is kind of a surprise.
Yeah, Anonym the Dev, it's not that much focusing on gathering the credits from the packages that are spread
Mhm.
around the map. He's been, trying to fight for the position in the middle. Right now, he's going on to someone using those rockets, using, the speed and mobility of his ship, trying to go for an elimination. Will he succeed? No, it's dead.
He's dead, and Dev Team, which is different from the last game we have seen them, are in the upper hand. Got a little bit more credits on the start, which is weird to be honest, because Dev Team are not the best in the early game actually.
As we established last time, they know some tricks that we are not familiar with.
Yeah, yeah.
They somehow
Print some money.
yeah, they are somehow printing those monies, those credits. I don't know how and when and where and why and what's going on, but it's working for them.
Yeah. Galactic Gladiators against Dev Team. And Galactic Gladiators are really, really good players, to be honest. On the leaderboard, we can see them on the 24th, 25th, 26th place.
All right, so it is top 30 indeed.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Of course.
puts them in like top 10 spots in terms of teams.
Yeah, of course, of course. So they are really a big challenge for Dev Team, for sure.
And as you can see right now, in terms of eliminations, they are doing pretty well. But when you look at credits, it's not so good. And I still don't know how and why. Are they collecting really that much credits from the containers around the map, or what's their secret?
I have no idea. Like I told you, I think it's about the console, some type of comment for Dev Teams.
So like open console slash give credits 500
Yeah,
Mr.
but
Paragraph
why never another team tried to do that?
because they don't have the access.
Probably.
Probably, yep. Alright, the first sphere has just spawned, as we can see. It's being pushed a little bit, not so hard, by the red team, by the team B, by the team of Golden Galactic. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Galactic Gladiators.
Galactic, not Golden.
Not Golden, not
Not yet
Gladiators,
Golden.
Gladiators. Oh, they might get the Golden medal for the
Golden
first place.
ticket to the final.
Oh yeah, that's the better word. for
But
sure.
right now they are getting the first booster.
And soon we will get the new augment spawned in, and both teams are now back to the fight over it soon.
By the way, individually, the red team, the Galactic Gladiators, are doing so well. They got way more eliminations than the Devs team. What happened to the Devs team? Let's maybe take a quick look after this chase of Rivende. He's trying to go for Mr. Paragraph. He wasn't able to finish him as he lands safely on his spawn.
Yeah, and as we can see, in the meantime of collecting the first augment, the Gladiators got the advantage in the credits.
Yep, mostly because of those eliminations. As we told our viewers, I do believe on the latest tournament, one elimination is like 200 credits.
Yeah, it's equal to 200 credits. The containers with the credits are 30 or 90 credits in.
Yeah, I do believe there's nothing in between. It's either this and that. So, yep. The Gladiators from the galaxy, Galactic Gladiators, are doing really well. Already 2 boosters, already far more eliminations, as we can see, judging by the individual performance of those players. They are clearly better in the early game.
Yeah, for sure, and that's what we expected for the devs team. The early game is not that good. They give some of the anomalies in the early game, but we'll try to get back soon, and we can see they are trying to push the first anomaly for themselves.
Yeah, but BJK is trying to go for an elimination. His enemy is really low. His weapon is overheated, but oh no, he just hit the obstacle. He missed those missiles. Alright, that was 1 for 1.
Yeah.
The missiles did the work.
Yeah, and it was great. As you can see on the open space, the missiles are really great when you have some problems with aiming.
I mean, yeah, auto-aimed missiles are
Broken.
OP, yep.
Broken.
Everybody's playing shooter. I do believe based on that and the speed. These are the 2 main factors, because you are really faster than the tank, and it helps.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's much harder to aim you.
It's easier to just lose those missiles, easier to regroup yourself, join the team and everything, and there goes the 3rd booster.
And even though the dev team started the 3rd augment really well, they lost another anomaly.
And the advantage is not so little right now. It's almost 2k. Okay, a little less,
Yeah.
but it's still something. Including the boosters, it might be even more, but we do not have the comparison between the boosters itself and the difference in the credit score.
But the not spent credits have no value actually, so you have to spend them on some type of upgrades for your weapon, for your shield.
Alright, Auror lost this one. BJK is doing pretty good work. I mean, he's trying to come back from being in a really tough position. 3 to 10 on his account, 3 to 12 on Pan Paragraph's account. Only Anonym the Deaf is being even at score. Let's see how he does it. Okay, he's going with the laser and some proton cannon shots on the sphere. He's trying to, you know, play a little bit from the behind, being hidden right now, going for a big chase and getting the first kill, maybe even the second. Alright, he needs to regain some of his shield right now and maybe score an easy elimination on the enemy that's really close to the sphere.
And Anonym the Deaf is was the only player with the laser. Now we can see that Ghosters already have it.
Yep, and he's really making a good use of it. Wow, once again, another
Anonym.
elimination, and he just keeps on going, even though his health bar is not so healthy. As we can see, Anonym the Deaf is not afraid.
Yeah, he's on fire, definitely. Especially with help of Pan Paragraph, he got another elimination for his team.
And they got another booster. Right now it's 2-3, so it's getting really, really close. But the credits for the first time in this game, I do believe, went in favor for the dev team.
Yeah. Maybe not the first time we have seen it on the start, but 50 credits, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, 50 credits is nothing. Right now, you know, getting from the 2k disadvantage, it is something. And right now, actually, fighting toe-to-toe, eye for an eye, this game is only getting started and more interesting.
But Gladiators now, they have to focus back again, get back to the game, stop focusing more on the containers, push the augment, get another bonus for the team, and they're trying their best now to push the fourth sphere to an enemy's goal, but now the dev team trying to defend.
Yeah, Ghozders tried to get rid of those defenders, but he didn't succeed in doing so. Only Revander right now is alive, but he's being shot at by 3 enemies, and he didn't have a lot of time to work on that. The ball is actually being bounced so quickly towards the middle. The dev team might actually be able, maybe, to get the third one.
Yeah, but I think there is no really a lot of time before the last Anomali.
I mean, depends on how this one goes. As we can see right now, all right.
There is no time.
Yeah, sorry.
Like I told you, 5th minute.
Sorry.
5 minutes left, so we are generating star seed in a few seconds.
3,
of course.
2, 1.
0.
I wanted to do that. Sorry.
No problem. It's important to have fun, even on the cast.
And we are having fun, but the most of the fun is being displayed right now on your screen. Aurora is trying to sneak peek a little bit from here and there, trying to poke down most of the enemies right now, going onto the charge, making use of both Proton and the Laser, and succeeding in doing so. Yet another elimination for his account. It's 20 for this player.
The best player in this game till now, for sure. His aim is amazing, and we see another elimination for him.
Yep, and the movement is also really, really nice. He knows that he can just position himself right into the middle and just bait enemies. Yeah, come at me, I'm really strong, I'm ahead. No, because, you know, 3 sets of missiles send at you and couple of shots from the proton cannon and you are dead, no matter how strong your shield is, even though he has fully upgraded shield right now.
And now with the flank, killing the enemy, killing the
Pan
Paragraph with huge problems.
Yeah, he's trying to use the movement for his advantage. He's trying to lose Aurora. He's trying to outmaneuver him, but it's really, really hard, even though he succeeds not for long. Mr. Paragraph, Pan Paragraph, I don't know how to pronounce it in English right now. Was that for a couple of seconds.
But now Gladiators pushing through the choke point, but the dev team doesn't want to let the enemies get through that choke point, through that most important point in the map.
Yeah, it's really hard to gain advantage while fighting in this really, really close corridor called the tunnel, because everybody is clashing against each other, using laser, using protons, using missiles, using everything you have, everything you bring to the table, basically shooting all around, trying to get rid of everybody from the enemy team. And even if you succeed and you have the control for a couple of seconds, everybody is buying back themselves and coming back to the fight.
Especially when the Anomali is really, really slow. For now, we have still a lot of time, like over 2 minutes until the overtime.
Yep, and I don't believe that it's going to end before the overtime.
No, there is no way to push it so fast. So for sure we will see the overtime, the multiplier that will help one of those teams.
I mean, look at the movement. Anonim the Death, he's trying to, you know, just push the enemies outside of the tunnel, then just get the flank, then just try to shoot some more, then comes back to the sphere, then once again at the enemies. He's trying to be the multitasker, he's trying to do everything by himself, but it's really hard to pull this off.
And now Gladiators another time with advantage, pushing the ball, but when we look at the credits, Dev's team are a little bit ahead.
BJK having some problems, really low on health. Oh my god, 11 health points, that wasn't enough to escape.
No way. He tried to escape, he tried to hide himself from the enemies, but the aim of opponents were too good.
Yeah, but BJK does not have fully upgraded shield right now, so he's really vulnerable for those fully upgraded protons.
Yeah, it's huge damage. Definitely too big DPS to out-survive it, to out-sustain the damage.
Anonim fighting really close, all of his shield is gone and half of the health points also. He's trying to regenerate a little, but he just can't do it while fighting in the middle of the map.
In the middle, in that choke point, when we have a lot of eliminations, over 3 minutes of Anomali being there.
Yep, and nobody looks like nobody's getting the upper hand. Maybe right now a little bit in favor of Galactic Gladiators, but I don't believe that they are going to succeed within the 30 seconds. It went out of the middle. That's really good sign.
And we can clearly see that Dev's team are in trouble, even though they are a little bit ahead in gaining the credits, a little bit advantage for their side. That still Gladiators got the Anomali.
Yeah, Revanda is trying to push it as hard as possible with the laser, but as soon as he, gets shot at from many different angles, he's trying to switch his position, but it's really hard to maintain the push, to stay alive and to get rid of enemies. You can't do all three of those things at one time.
Especially when the multiplier comes on, the Anomali is faster and faster every second. Every point of multiplier, it grows.
Yep, it is growing indeed, and it looks like it's growing and going for the goal line of the Devs team. Where are the defenders? Let's quickly take a look at them before Aurors get rid of all of them. BJK trying to bounce it back. He succeeds for a couple of seconds, but he also needs to fight off the enemies. It's really hard.
And he's dead with no credits to revive himself. So now Gladiators with the advantage of one player trying to end the game, but the Anomaly is not so fast. For sure, BGK will be back.
Anonym the dev is dead. Also BGK just went back to the fight, but it's only the matter of seconds. He's trying to fully push it to the sphere. He's trying to defend it. He's even puts himself into the goal line, but it's not enough to stop it.
Not enough damage to push the Anomaly away from your goal, and another win for the Gladiators.
I mean, it was a close game for a really long time. Look at those boosters, 2-3. Look at those eliminations, even though we see a pretty big difference, to be honest. It doesn't show the full picture of how this game went. But hey, let's look at Auror and the damage dealt he did. He was the star player of his team. 38 eliminations, enormous amount.
Yeah, that's a great score, especially with not a lot of deaths.
Yeah, not so many, only 9 in such a crazy match.
But even when we look at the eliminations and the damage, we can't walk around the credit score. Even though the devs lost, they earned a little bit more credits.
I mean, it's just the things that the devs are the best at, yeah. Can you agree on that?
For sure.
But maybe not more important topic, because congratulations to the winning team, but sadly we won't see yet another rematch of the devs team against When Pilots Be. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's the moment where the devs should reconsider their career, if you want to be the full-time developer or full-time player, because this tournament shows that they has what it takes. Taking the CEO Pan Paragraph aboard, they did I don't know how to put it to words.
I can help you. I can read your mind.
So
To be honest.
let's just say that they went over the halfway point of this tournament. They get the fourth position on the last tournament. That's like being top 10%, maybe not specifically 10, but somewhere around 10-ish% of players overall.
Yeah, definitely. And as we can see, when pilots against the Star Alliance.
I want to see it. I want to see it really badly.
Yeah, for sure. Are we able to see? the
Hopefully,
match?
hopefully
When
soon.
pilots against Star Alliance?
Hopefully, really soon. If not right now, then we will see it somewhere around the final, I suppose, because the winner of this match is going to get to the final,
Straight to the
and on the
final.
lower bracket we will have teams like when pilots be, or Star Alliance, depends on the result of the match in the semi-final. We'll have the Gladiators that went really good in the match before.
Yeah, for sure. Going straight to the final is great because you are already qualified to the finals tournament, qualification tournament.
Yep.
And you have a chance to get a little prize.
Yep. But in my opinion, getting to the
Yeah, for
finals
sure.
of eliminations is the most important thing. But the really important thing is that we have this match right now on our screens. When Pilots against Star Alliance, probably the most hyped up matchup of today.
Definitely, and as we can see, Kamix starts hunting for the enemy player, but with a huge burst, with the missiles going on his head.
Yeah. He went to the base trying to regenerate a little bit of shield himself. He was scared of the damage output. I mean, only one set of missiles and boom, you have no shield and you lost a little bit of your health. The second player coming right at you might be your end.
Yes, definitely. The missiles are really strong in the early game. It's over a half of your health bar.
Since we are in the, like the warm up of the match, getting some credits, playing it slowly, I want to point out that Gravity Revolt used to be the best user of Gauss cannon that I have ever played against. Even though I consider myself as a decent sniper, I was no match for this guy.
Okay. And he's, I hardly believe, the best player
Of the season 1, yep.
Yeah,
He got the trophy and everything.
and now he's really high on the
Like
leaderboard.
top 3, easy.
Yeah, for sure.
Easy. Alongside with Peggy and Mr. Pilot that are playing with him today. This
Yeah.
roster has 2 additional players, Spartan and Sam Sepiol. Sam Sepiol being the community manager of Star Heroes, and Spartan also being a member of the Star Heroes team right now, helping us with administrating the tournament.
Still no eliminations in this game. They are really trying to make the first blood most important, trying to shot some missiles, get a random elimination, but still we have seen none of this.
Yeah, playing around the cooldown of the special skill, which is the missiles, as we can see right now. Pan Pilot, he's trying to sneak a little bit, send some missiles, and maybe cut someone off guard. He wasn't able to, even though Kamix was really low. Pan Pilot didn't go for it. He wasn't going to risk his life.
As we can see, first proton cannon are already in inventories of each player. Expect Mateusz K.
Yeah, he decided to go with an upgrade for the minigun. That's an interesting strategy. I was considering it. In my eyes, in my opinion, it might be good, but the other players showed me otherwise.
Probably, he's solid.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I wanted to say it's probably better for the start Anomali, for pushing it, but not that important to do so.
All right. We have the first elimination. Mixter was the author of the first blood. Pan Pilot is going for a little hunting, looking for revenge, but actually Peggy was able to break the score.
Break
And
the
he
score
goes
and
with the second.
got another elimination already. Start team already pushing the Anomali.
Yep. They probably know the best strategies about how to play this game, but they are not free of any mistakes. As we can see right now on the score, it's 2-2.
Of course, obviously. Now, when pilots trying to defend, enemies slowed down with the Anomali, focused much more on the containers with the currency, so they can put it back on the middle.
Yeah, and they are trying to push the enemies away, trying to regain some of the control. As we can see on our screen right now, Kamix, he's mostly focusing on the sphere, trying to cover it a little bit and getting an elimination on Gravity Revolt, but not for so long. Pan Pilot with an revenge, really quick revenge, trying to bounce back the sphere. He succeeds to do so. Shield fully regained, so he goes for a little hunting right now, trying to dodge those missiles.
And easily do it. Which can be really helpful. The first augment is the plus 30% of shield regeneration speed. It would be great to regenerate your shield, obviously.
Yeah, in terms of scaling the amount of the shield. For the early game, I do believe that the plus 500 health is the best, but for the early game, yeah, that's the flat number. This 30% is scaling with the amount of shield you're getting, and fully maxed out is 5,000 shield.
And Star Alliance another time through the tunnel, but when pilots are back with defending the Anomali.
Alright, ace for the When Pilots team. 3 enemies dead. Mixter is trying to bounce back the ball. It's really hard to do so with only the proton cannon when you are all by yourself.
Especially when the enemies are able to still shoot the Anomali from their spawn.
Yep, and they went ahead and bought back their lives. Right now they're trying to go with the first one, Gravity Revolt, with the finisher, probably. And the first bonus is for the side of Star Alliance team.
Great play by them, and it took a really long time to get the first augment. As we can see, it's really close matchup.
Yeah, it's going to be so even. The second bonus is going to be the max health one, so good for the early game, but we are past the early game. We are somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, but still, 500 HP is like 2 shots from the proton cannon.
At least 2 shots. I mean, I don't know if we are talking about fully upgraded, because almost everybody is playing with fully upgraded one.
So it's about I think 2 shots.
Yeah.
So it's still valuable.
Might be game changing in some situations. Agreed.
Especially with those great aiming skills for each player. They are really good and really experienced.
It's not the best match for Gravity Revolt, the legendary player, but as we can see, this time he brought really strong teammates. Peggy, Mr. Pilot, together over 20 eliminations.
Yeah, and it's really important who takes the first kills, because it's kind of a snowball thing. When you get the better weapon, more damage, it's easier to get another elimination, and snowball effect by itself.
Yeah, and look at the position of those players. I mean, they are not just recklessly going forward and trying to fight they were through. They are trying to patiently wait and scout a little bit and go as a team, overwhelm the situation by playing 2 against 1, 3 against 1. That's the strategic approach I wanted to see.
Now Star Alliance trying to another time push the Anomali, and they are doing it great.
Mr. Pilot right now fighting, trying to hide from the missiles a little bit, going for the chase and easily finishing off Kamix.
He was trying to regenerate his shield, but decided to go in to take a risk, and it was worth it.
Alright, right now Gravity Revolt on our screens with only 1 elimination. It's not the best match so far, but maybe right now he can improve a little bit of his score.
Yeah, for sure he can, but still, his team is great. His team is still winning, so it's not so important him to come back.
I mean, as a leader, there is important that the 2 other players are performing really well. Maybe he's just, you know, a credit supplier of some kind. Maybe he's responsible for the communication, or maybe just the team spirit. Maybe he's just the great captain that gathers even better players around him in the way to success. I don't know. When pilots got their first booster, it's now 1-2 in terms of that, but when it comes to credits, we are seeing a really big difference in the favor of Star Alliance team.
It's almost 5k advantage for Star Alliance, and probably 3 augments soon.
Yep, nobody picked up the laser just yet, but it really does not matter in this stage of the game. Everybody is just trying to focus on Proton and maxing out shield.
Yeah, yeah, and that's probably the meta way to play Star Heroes for now.
I mean, if it's played by the best players, it's definitely the meta. Kamix is trying to stop the ball, but I mean, it's no use. It's no use. When you are 1 against 3 in a defensive situation, it's pretty much impossible.
Yeah, and Star Alliance with a huge advantage of shield regeneration speed and a little advantage in max health.
I mean, the regeneration speed of the shield, it's really important right now, because almost everybody, right now everybody on their side has fully maxed out shield, level 5.
So it's 5k shield, that's really a lot.
Yep, and let's see how they use it in the real combat. Right now they are backing to the base, you know, using the momentum. Mr. Pilot picks up the second weapon, which happened to be the laser. What a surprise.
But we have to look if the one pilots will be able to take the second augment. Not really. 5 minutes left, and we are going to take a look on the last Anomaly.
Yeah, and with such an advantageous position in terms of the credits, I mean, getting all 5 upgrades on the shield, it's probably the most important thing that you need to acquire before going for a late game fights.
Yeah, especially now when we can see that there are 2 lasers already upgraded one time for Peggy and Pound Pilot, which is a huge game changer for pushing the Anomaly.
Alright, Mateusz is trying to fight his way through. Not so great game on his side also. He has only 5 eliminations right now. Shield regenerated, but he's getting shot from the back. He quickly changes the position, but it's just not enough for Mr. Pilot.
Pound Pilot with another elimination for himself, for him team, 17th.
Yeah, Peggy with some troubles. He wasn't able to hide safely, but Gravity Revolt alongside with Pound Pilot get the revenge ace once again for the Star Alliance team. They are using the momentum to push in a little bit. They are using the momentum to regenerate their shield and maybe, you know, get some extra credits here and there.
Yeah, Gravity Revolt is obviously already able to get back to his base and probably buy the laser.
Yep, everybody is trying to pick up the laser right now. It might be the most important factor when it comes to pushing in the last couple of minutes, even before we are going for the overtime, because, you know, pushing the sphere, pushing the anomaly in the overtime, yeah, there is a multiplier, there is a high risk and high reward play when it comes for those last second split decisions. But if you manage to get the anomaly out of the middle to the wide open space, then you can really use your strategic approach. It's not a brute force fight in the middle, you know, everyone for himself. It's more about the positional approach.
Yeah, hiding behind the walls, waiting until the enemy's team comes to the positions and just ambush them.
Yep. That's what we are trying to go to right now. The anomaly is about to go from one end, from the end closer to the when pilot's goal line.
Kamix trying to stop the anomaly, but with big problems, trying to camp over the wall,
Oh, he's so
trying
low.
to focus enemy, but now he gets the back shots.
Yeah. Let's take a look at either Peggy or Mr. Pilot. These two superstars in this match are really rocking. Peggy is trying to use the map to his advantage. He's trying to hide here and there, go for a flank. He's just using missiles, every cooldown possible, trying to sneak onto one of his enemies. Alright, changing the position, going from side to side, trying to be unpredictable.
Look at the Gravity Revolt wallet. He got so many credits. I don't get it. Why didn't he go back to base?
He
directly
just died, bowed back himself and just went straight to the fight. He just doesn't care about any secondary weapon.
Why no laser? I don't really know, but Gravity Revolt
He knows
is
better.
the
Yep.
GOAT, so we know he knows better.
Yeah, they are just saving a lot of credit. I mean, it's not surprising for Peggy and Mr. Pilot because they don't have much to buy to. But Gravity Revolt maybe could consider even the Gauss to just poke down a little bit, to just help with the push from the Sage side. I don't really know, but what I do know right now, it became suddenly pretty peaceful.
Yeah,
No fighting for a couple of seconds.
For the last minute, probably the most important thing in the late game, in the overtime, is to have enough credits to revive your team to push the ball.
Yeah, to revive yourself again and again, to not waste any single second, to just straight from the spawn go again and again and again and keep on fighting as the Star Alliance team are doing. They are leading in terms of eliminations, credits, augments, and also pushing power. It is so close toward the base of when pilots
are trying their best for sure. They are trying to defend their goal line, but with a huge problems. Star Alliance
They might be
pushing
done.
it on 100%.
they might be done.
They might be done even before the overtime.
Mixtier went for a base. He just knew, he just felt that there is nothing they could possibly do overtime right now. Maybe in the split, last second, maybe
Last
something.
seconds
You
pushing
know,
the
they
ball.
are rushing for the sphere. They are trying to stop it.
But they have no chance, probably too many credits for the Star Alliance team, and one elimination for now. Mateusz K out of position, reviving him instantly, and when pilots are still in the game.
Okay, they saved it from the goal line. They are trying to bounce it back. All right, they are still in the game, fighting and trying the best, trying as hard as possible. All right, the ball bounced back a little bit.
But it costs them a lot, as we can see. Mateusz K is out of credits, he can't revive himself, but Kamix is obviously able to do that. Again, Star Alliance taking control on the Anomaly.
That was a great save indeed. That bought them some time to work on the bouncing back the sphere, but Kamix was too tunnel visioned on it. He died. He right now had to buy back himself to go back to fight. Mateusz K tried to do a little bit of fighting, but it didn't pay off. The Anomaly is being pushed from left to right, but not with that much power. Right now it's on a 100.
Gravity Revolt is already out of credits too, as Mateusz K, obviously, but Peggy and Pan Pilot, a lot of credits, over 4k credits to revive themselves.
So that's the late game between two really strong teams. You cannot be sure of one thing other than it's going to be chaos. It's going to be a really hard fight, toe to toe, eye for an eye, everyone for himself.
Everyone is close to the Anomaly. They focus the Anomaly right in front of each other, but now with elimination when pilots.
The multiplicator of overtime is going over x10. It's going to be really hard to play around any mistakes. If you happen, like for this example, this time Gravity Revolt die and not be able to buy back, you might be in a really big trouble.
And the Anomaly is back in the tunnel. Mateusz still pushing the Anomaly, taking the advantage, getting back to the middle.
But he's so low, he's going to be dead. Yes, right now Kamix is trying to get a revenge. He got one. He's trying to push a little bit more. He's trying to control the Anomaly for a couple more seconds, but it's really hard to do so in the middle.
And now the credits that you kept, that you could that could stay in your wallet, are making the huge difference.
Yeah, really huge difference. For example, Peggy and Pan Pilot can revive themselves over and over again, but we cannot say the same thing for Gravity Revolt, Kamix or Mateusz K. They are on the limit.
Getting out of the tunnel again, Star Alliance with the advantage, but instantly when pilots are coming back, are pushing it back to the tunnel.
Yeah, Pan Pilot is trying to
Over
put
40 times.
as much work on the sphere as possible, but it's not possible. Right now we might be getting to the point where shooting at the enemies is pretty much pointless. You have to stop the final Anomali before you lose.
Before you lose, and now Pan Pilot is trying his best. All of the players are focusing the Anomali. 100% now for Star Alliance.
Alright, they pushed the enemies back, they got one elimination, maybe even the second one. Mr. Pilot, are you going to do so? Yes!
Yes!
That might be the hero play, because the Anomali is going so fast, it's pretty much impossible to stop it now.
It's really impossible. Star Alliance with a huge win over 100 multiplier.
Yeah, did the multiplier go over the 100?
Yes.
That was the first time we actually saw it. Look at those eliminations, look at the damage output, look at the KDA, look how even the match was.
It was really, really even. The great players, the great match we could see.
Clash of Titans.
For sure. It's impossible to don't see those both teams in the qualification finals.
I do believe that all of those numbers combined would be like over 1 million damage dealt in this game.
Damn. That's all I can say. Over 130 eliminations.
I mean,
over 100 multiplier on the overtime.
in terms of skill and evenness and rivalry and everything, that was probably the best match we have seen. The top of the top of the top of the leaderboard players like went crazy for this one. And even Gravity Revolved, the GOAT, the best player of the previous season, wasn't looking, as you know, the shiniest and the prettiest pilot out of there. All we can see that there are a lot of other pilots, you know, catching up to him, being on his tail, and maybe even overtaking him in terms of skill.
Probably, but it can also be just a worse game, not as good start as the enemies had.
Form of the day, yeah.
Form of the day also probably. So
I mean, it's the middle of the week, right? So maybe he just get off from work and ate some late dinner and then just straight to the computer to
probably kid on his knee.
maybe even that.
Sitting next to him, yeah.
But it wasn't enough to stop Star Alliance.
Yes, Star Alliance is great, and already we are sure they are in the qualification finals.
They are in the final of this tournament, and yes, they are in the finals of the qualification. Maybe let's take a look at the bracket to confirm these informations and to see what's going on in the lower bracket. In the finals, Star Alliance are waiting for winners of losers bracket. That's alright, that we know already. In the losers bracket, we have Alpha Team playing against Xborg Atlantic and When Pilots against Galactic Gladiators. We are waiting to join either of these matches.
There are only good teams.
Yep.
There are no bad teams now,
I mean,
for sure.
without the Devs team, I mean, look at this from this perspective. The Devs team is the 4th team of the previous qualifications.
Yeah.
If we are in a scenario when the Devs team is currently no longer playing, that means we have only even the stronger teams than the Dev team itself.
Yeah, then in the first qualifications tournament.
Yep, pretty much.
Definitely, the standard is a little bit higher for sure.
Pretty much that, and I wouldn't be able to predict the results myself. I mean, I am not so sure about those teams because we didn't see like every match, and we don't have like every piece of intel possible to make a prediction. But when Pilots waiting on the lower bracket for one of those 4 teams to qualify to it, that's also really exciting.
Yeah. It might be even the When Pilots against When Pilots B.
Yeah. Maybe they will just, you know, shake hand and decide, okay, we have a 6-man roster, so let's decide the best 3 players that are going to go up against Star Alliance. Maybe that's the way. I mean, that would not be so good. I want to see some good rivalry, but they have to decide one way or another which team stands the bigger chance against Star Alliance. Maybe when Pilots rematch?
Maybe. But now we will see Alpha Team against
Xborg Atlantics on the Looney Station.
And that's a really important match. They will play in a semi-finals of losers bracket soon.
Yep, everything on stake right now. You cannot lose a single match if you want to qualify to the finals, to save yourself from time from the third qualification tournament. Right now it's do or die.
And Alpha team with 2 deaths already. That's a huge problem. Over 400 credits advantage for the enemies, for the expert.
Alright, let's see how the warm-up, how the early game will actually be going, in which direction. We either see an enormous number of eliminations in the early game, or just slow approach, you know, trying to scout a little bit, trying to gather the credits from other sources.
No, there are no calculations. They are going all in, hyper aggressively, especially the red team.
Yeah, the time to kill in the early game, as you mentioned before, is quite long. To be honest, it makes those fights go longer. You have, you can miss some shots. These fights because they are taking so long. You have some time to escape, to reposition, to reconsider, and everything like that. But it all comes to the point of the first proton cannons.
Yeah.
We
of
don't
course.
see them yet.
Yeah, that's a good word, because soon we will get them.
Yeah, and a lot of players already have the credits enough to buy their first weapon, which is going to be the proton cannon, and as we can see, Xborg Lexi got the first weapon of this game. Crypto's fan followed him quickly, then Escasia.
With the laser.
With the laser already, okay, so no upgrade for the proton cannon at first, but going with the secondary weapon as the laser.
That's I think it's a legit tactic, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a nice approach to the early game when you can expand the enemies to have like slightly less than 1000 shield, and you know the first proton cannon is not so great, so maybe if your weapon overheats a little bit, then go with the laser, or maybe within the next couple of seconds we can see the players with the laser, or actually the one player position himself around the sphere.
Yeah, I think it's about the first Anomali, that they want to do a kind of flip, take a risk, and maybe it will be worth it. As we can see, a big bonus booster and regeneration.
Yep. We are playing mostly against those defensive ones, the HP one, the regeneration one, and everything in between those defensive stats.
Yeah, but there are booster capacity and also booster regeneration, obviously, and the red team is going with the Anomali straight to enemy's goal.
Mostly because of the laser usage in the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, it gives a really nice and solid push at the beginning, and afterwards you only need to continue to shoot it from time to time, but mostly keep the enemy, the opposing team away, so they cannot respond to your aggression.
And they are doing it great, to be honest. A lot of credits advantage, already over 1500 credits advantage, so they are really doing great. And with the first augment, not even in 2 minutes.
I mean, I'm not sure if that's one of the fastest augments. I'm pretty sure I saw some of them going a little bit faster, but maybe, hey, let's wait a little bit, because it's not gone through yet. We've seen some defense.
Alpha team with the great guard. With the
I mean, yeah, goalkeeper is doing the job, you know?
Yeah, for sure. But it bounced back only for a second. They are still trying to take the advantage, take the first augment for their team, but now with the eliminations from the Alpha team.
They are trying to bounce it back as hard as possible right now, trying to not let the first sphere go through, even though it's only a little booster, it's only the first one. They are still fighting for it with their lives.
Of course, obviously. Most of the players are focused on upgrading the proton cannon, but for some reason, one of
Eskezia, I do believe.
Eskezia, okay, better eyes,
And better pronunciation.
probably.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Eskezia is going with the laser, and actually that's the second upgrade for it.
Yeah, and that's a different tactic. He's the guy who definitely is about to focus the Anomaly.
Yeah, clearly. Looking at those upgrades and at the score, he's mostly focusing not on the enemy ships but on the sphere. As we can see, mostly because of him, they got the first booster. Let's look at the fight on the second.
If I would play Star Heroes like a
Competitively.
competitively, I would definitely be that type of player.
Like, you know, fighting for the sphere and
Yeah.
not worrying about what's going on around.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
stacking the shield and please don't kill me
yeah. Laser
too fast.
right into the Anomaly, and
So you'll be playing like a tank.
yeah, it is what it is. I will just focus the Anomaly.
Alright, I mean, if we happen to see some balance in the future and, for example, you know, like less damage on the proton cannon because it's so OP, so strong right now, then
Yeah.
maybe this tactic would be really, really strong. Right now, pretty much everybody's playing shooter. On the first tournament, with some differences from this rule, somebody was trying this and that and maybe go with a tank, but
We have seen even one support, I believe.
yeah, but I do believe like only one.
Only one, yeah.
And it
they
wasn't a
lost,
big success,
and
yeah.
they lost
Yep.
by the stomp.
Alright, so fully upgraded laser is actually paying off, as we can see right now. The Xborg team is on the lead in terms of credits, eliminations, and also pushing the second Anomaly to the goal line. Let's see how Lexi does in this fight. That was close, but not close enough. Eskezia right now has some free time to collect the credits here and there to maybe buy another upgrade, but this time not for laser because it is maxed out.
For the shield, definitely, of the proton cannon.
Is it going to be the shield? What is he going to buy? Okay, so the second upgrade for the shield. Understandable.
Yeah, makes sense. According to his tactic, obviously. Xbox now with problems. Alpha team taking care of the Anomaly and taking the advantage, even though they don't have a laser.
Yep. Let's change the perspective to the Alpha team and see how they are going to approach the situation. Everybody's with the proton cannon trying to bounce back the ball. As we can see right now, Vezir got his eyes on one of the enemies, shooting those missiles, but okay, landing a lot of damage dealt, trying to get rid of the enemy who's working on the sphere, but missing so many shots. Finally, got him.
And Xberg coming back to the middle with the Anomaly. I don't think they have enough time to take another augment to their team. 1.5 of minutes. It's not so much time.
I mean, there's still some time to work around it. You just need to be fast and precise with your plan. But yeah, I can agree on what you're saying and thinking, Ikar, with only such amount of time as 1 minute is going to be really, really tough. Especially when you're not like fully pushing the ball, it's bouncing, you know, here and forth.
Yeah, the enemy team is not like, haha, we don't care about the Anomaly. You
That
can
would
push
be not the best approach.
it. Yeah,
To not call
would
it
not
stupid.
be for sure. So the Alpha team is defending themselves, and as I said, I don't believe that Xberg is able to take the third bonus.
I mean,
But they are trying.
going with only 2 upgrades, I mean 2 boosters, it's really nice in terms of the handicap, because then you will have much higher chances on the final push, especially when playing with 2 lasers, one that's being fully upgraded.
And especially against the team that has no laser in their equipment.
No laser whatsoever.
So Alpha team will have a lot of problems in the late game, especially because of lack of laser.
I mean, they can always just buy it, pretty much.
Probably they should as
need
soon
to,
as
yep.
possible,
Yeah, 10 seconds to prepare.
but still there are some upgrades in shield missing.
Last couple of seconds to prepare. Xborg's team is looking way better in terms of equipment and in terms of credits and everything, to be honest.
But Alpha team with a big start, focusing the Anomaly and taking the advantage, but not so big, as we know the Anomaly is not so fast at the start.
Yeah, and the proton cannon is not the best weapon to actually go for a push. It's better to go for a fight, as we can see right now. Brozin trying to eliminate one of the enemies. It's a team effort, as we can see. 1 elimination and 2 assists on this one.
And that's great. Ambushing, making fights, 3v1 is the thing that teams should be more abusing.
Yep. As we can see right now, both of the teams are going with a strategy to just go as a group of players, to not leave anybody behind, even the player that is responsible for the pushing. The Alpha team is trying to bounce it back, trying to work around this Anomaly, the last star seed, which is called that way.
Yeah,
Star seed.
it is. The last Anomaly is the star seed. You're correct.
So they are basically planting the star seeds in some kind of star gate.
Yeah, it looks kind of like a portal.
Yeah, looks like a portal to another dimension.
Maybe.
I don't know. We will jump into the lore later. Right now, let's focus
Yeah.
on the esports aspect of this.
Yeah, and as we can see, Xberg with another shot, another taking fully control the Anomaly and taking care that the enemy team will not bother them.
Yeah. They are leaving them like no access to it. Let's
Looking-
not waste so much credit on buying back yourself right now. Save those credits for additional upgrades, and the Alpha team members needs them.
For the upgrades or for the buyouts in the overtime.
I mean, upgrades, shields especially, like, you need the 5th upgrade on that, otherwise you're as good as dead in the late game.
Probably, yeah. The upgrades of the shield are really important, but I think lasers too, especially in the overtime when the multiplayer is huge and you can just out-damage the laser.
I mean, just look at Eskezie. He's missing 2 upgrades on the proton cannon, but he went for the full shield upgrade. That's what's important in the late game.
Yeah, especially when you are the Anomaly pusher dedicated to this task as the team member.
And even though he could have just bought himself back, he decided to go with yet another upgrade. Everybody is just taking it slow and trying to prepare for the overtime, because most of those matches are ending in the overtime.
Yeah, it's really hard to end the match before the overtime, before the multiplayer helping your team, because of the Star City is really slow in the main time of the game, of the play. And as we can see, already 3 lasers in Xberg team, 3 times upgraded. That's a huge difference.
And on the other side, no lasers, no upgrades for them naturally. So yeah, I don't know how are you going to, fight over the star seeds.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't see a bright future for the Alpha team in this qualification tournament.
Maybe let's just not put a cross on them right now. I mean, Crypto's fan is doing really nice job. 21 eliminations right now on his account. He's being like the top scorer of his team, where everybody else is just trying to support with much more assists on their accounts.
Yeah, for sure, but it's really hard to be able to push back the Anomaly when the only one player is scoring, when the only one player is taking all the eliminations.
Brozin is trying to escape, regenerate a shield, because he's so low on health, a little bit less than 500 right now, still getting shot from I don't know where, but he's still losing some of his shield. He's still, playing with fire, trying to be the man to stop the star seed, trying to be the man to bounce it back, but it's really hard when you are so low on HP.
10k credits advantage for the Xberg team. And as we can see, the overtime starts.
Yep, the overtime starts and the real fight starts right now. Crypto's fan is having some really hard time. I mean, the shield is keeping him alive, but also he has a little health problems, a little over 500. Boom! 0 right now.
And with the burst eliminations for Xberg, 2 guys dead in enemy team, but instantly reviving themselves. It's obvious tactic. You have to save some credits. You don't have lasers, so you can't afford to wait the timer of
Nobody's
revive.
paying attention to the laser right now on the side
No.
of the Alpha team.
It's
Everybody's just ignoring it. Everybody's going for those buybacks. Everybody's going for the fight, for those eliminations to push the enemies out of the sphere, to give themselves time. You know, it's not impossible to push using proton cannons, but first you need to get rid of the defenders.
Yeah, get rid of all 3 defenders from Xberg team, but they have so many credits. They have a lot of money, so they can back themselves back and back and back.
Yeah, over and over again, especially M2RK, the top scorer of Xborg team. 23 eliminations right now for this lad, going for 24th and going for possible the last couple of touches on the star seed.
And he's going right to the Alpha team's goal. Definitely, Xberg doesn't want to stop. They can't be stopped by enemies.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be unstoppable finish. Just a couple of more shots, just a couple of more eliminations, maybe trying to bounce the ball back right at the goal line, but it's really hard to do so without lasers, without the power to save yourselves.
They sold the proton cannon to buy the laser, but it's definitely too late. They are trying their best, but too much DPS from enemy's team, and Xberg with win.
I mean, that was interesting to go for the lasers, but when you are having only one weapon and it happens to be the laser, then you have not much of a fighting power.
But we don't find it as such a stomp.
No, I mean, look at those eliminations.
Yeah.
46 to 50, that was pretty even matchup.
Yeah, really even. But as we know, not the eliminations, not the augments are winning the match, but the star seed.
Yeah, and I would say it all comes to understanding the game, to communication and individual skills, because if you are able to win those isolated 1 against 1s and, you know, get a couple of seconds ahead of your enemy and put some damage onto the star seed, and then once again go for this fight 1 against 1, or maybe use your advantage as a team, use the cooperation and communication, that's where the difference is being made, when you are able to put a little bit more effort from time to time to pushing the star seed.
You're correct, Majutek.
Thank you very much. Right now, maybe let's have a last quick look at the schedule to announce what's going to happen in the following time. We are going to go with losers round 5, Xborg Atlantic playing against Galactic Gladiators. When Pilots B lost to them, that is a surprise,
Yeah.
but it only can mean that Galactic Gladiators are actually really tough opponent that maybe we didn't. I'm just losing my thoughts so quickly. So let's just quickly jump to the break to refresh ourselves once again and prepare for the last couple of matches. It's going to be 2 matches in the losers bracket and 1 final, so 3 final maps, 3 final clashes between one of the strongest team that are here right now playing Star Heroes. Stay tuned and we will be back. We are star heroes indeed. We are all heroes by playing and attending to those tournaments, especially the best players that are taking part in our second qualification tournament.
And I would love to see the bracket. Who will we watch now?
Bracket.
Bracket?
Check out. Wait.
Uh,
It's stuck. Help me. We have to synchronize. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Oh no, it's this.
Not,
Alright,
not this time.
we have no chance to do that. Galactic Guardians?
Galactic Guardians against Xborgs.
Gladiators.
Guardians, Gladiators, Warriors,
Gladiators.
Fighters, Pilots, Shooters. But yeah,
Players.
Gladiators.
Star
Indeed,
heroes.
indeed. We sorry for our poor pronunciation of those teams. We are not as familiar with the names as we would love to be, but it is Gladiators against Xborg Atlantics, I do believe.
You do believe.
To,
I don't believe you at all. so, więc.
so stop using random Polish words, please, because it's throwing me off.
Yeah, I know. I'm trolling you, kinda.
We had some Polish broadcasts in the past, but due to growing community and majority of the community speaking English mainly, we will use this language.
International community.
Only this language, please.
Alright.
No French, no Deutsch,
Że nie
no
potrafię
Polish,
się.
no, not at all. No.
But
But we are going to go with yet another match. Only 3 matches left till the end of this tournament. So let's wrap it up and quickly go with this one. It's going to be Looney Station once again.
and with a big action on the start, Eskezie almost killed with low health, but back to recover his shield.
I'm wondering if we are going to see the same approach for this game. Eskezie buying the laser as the first weapon and being on the duty of pushing the first Anomali.
We will see soon, because we have over 2 minutes to the first Anomali, so we have to wait a little bit.
Yep, only a little bit. Everybody is just trying to, patiently wait, regain some shield, go for a fight, and maybe if not for a fight, then look for some free credits laying around on this map.
In the containers or in the enemies, as we can see, Galactic
Gladiators. Yep.
already has 1 kill.
Yep, and that's a little bit of something. That's a little bit of a head start ahead of your enemies. So let's go with the second one. Revande going with the second kill of this game, or trying to go with a third. It's really a tough job to do so with only the minigun, but it's not impossible. Only a couple of shots to get this elimination. Oh my god, it's so hard, especially when the enemy team is going for a hunt for you.
Taking the advantage, grouping up and ambushed you. Auror died, which is unlucky for him, definitely. But the most important thing,
What's the most important thing?
buying the proton cannon.
Yep, indeed, that is the most important thing. Xborg Lexi went for the first buy of the game.
Oh, we have the tank.
We do have the tank. Ghozders went ahead with this strategic. I was expecting maybe Eskezie going for it, because he's mostly responsible for, buying the first laser and pushing the sphere, but it's okay. Tank can also do the work.
And the first proton cannon already there in both teams, as we can see, buying the proton and selling the minigun. Classic setup.
I do believe that this map is the smallest of all maps, so playing a tank might be not the worst idea, because you're not using as much movement to escape, to get away with your life, and you have many textures, many obstacles to actually hide behind without making much movement.
But we cannot hide anymore. We have to focus on the Anomali, which already created on the middle of the map, as we can see. 50% booster capacity and regeneration.
Yep, and Auror is not paying attention to that. He's hunting for one of the opponents. He succeeds in doing so right now. Oh my god, little over 100 health left. Not for so long.
Not for so long, already killed, but has a chance to maybe buy a proton upgrade or something like that. We will see, probably, or not. Okay.
I mean, everybody is going to go with the proton and proton upgrades in the future. Maybe some of the shields along the way.
But Eskezia with his favorite tactic, as we can see, a proton and the laser.
Yep, and the laser being the main focus on that. M2RK is trying to partially focus on the sphere itself and then on the enemies. I mean, it depends on your position and the time and the resources you have. For example, like the cooldown of the missiles. Right now, one missile was chasing the enemy, but the proton cannon is what did the most job done.
And taking the advantage of the laser right now, X-Borg pushing the Anomali right through, but now Guardians, Gladiators.
Gladiators is not the Guardians, you have to remind.
Yeah, but I cannot remember.
Sorry, that's probably partially my fault, but
Probably,
let's
yeah.
go with Gladiators. Let's cheer for them and for X-Borg's team, because it's going to be a really, really nice even matchup. As we can see right now, nobody is getting the upper hand when it comes to pushing the Anomaly.
Especially when the Ghosters. Do I see it right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Ghosters already with the laser. Obviously, he's the tank. He should be able to mainly focus the Anomaly and maybe just tank some damage from the enemies to don't let them turn it back.
Yeah, playing as a tank makes a lot of sense to be playing on the close range, and lasers looks like just the best weapon for the close range. Maybe a spread cannon. We didn't see that yet, not saying at all, because I do believe that Anonym the Deaf was using some of it.
If I remember correctly, that's right, and it would be maybe kinda useful in such a map when you have a lot of tunnels, a lot of corridors, and really small map.
I mean, it depends on the damage output. I wasn't able to test it out myself of how good the spread cannon is in those close combats. I do believe that proton cannon is superior in some ways, because it's really hard to just put your enemy up against the wall and go for a fight one against one without much movement when 90% of the community is playing the shooter spaceship.
Already a lot of time is gone, and as we can see, none of the teams got any bonus, any augment already, and that's a really tough match for both of those teams, for all of 6 players.
Yeah, I mean, we are going to go slowly to the halfway point of this match, and we are still within the range of the first booster. Nobody is making that much progress to actually push it towards the goal. Right now it bounced for a while, but the red team is having so many problems making it through. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be really interesting if we won't see any booster for any team, but now X-Borg want to take an advantage when the enemy team is a long distance from the Anomaly. They are pushing it, taking Eskezia is taking the advantage, pushing the Anomaly, as we can see 100%, and it's going really, really fast.
Yeah, right now maybe it's the time to go for the first upgrade of the bonus of the Anomaly. It's looking promising. It's really, really close. It's at 100%, or at least was. They are trying to put so much effort into getting the first one. Actually, the first and maybe the only one in this game.
Yeah, probably the only augment Anomaly is gone right now.
Yep, we are waiting for the spawn of the second one, but if those players will keep the playstyle of just messing with each other, hunting them down, I am not suspecting that we will see many more boosters right now. So many eliminations, over 20 on each side. It's a really close matchup, really bloody fight.
6 minutes are still in the game, as we can see. In the 5th minute, 5 minutes left, we will see the seed, obviously, the last Anomaly.
Yep, but let's wait for it a little bit longer. Right now, let's see if Galaxy Gladiators will do what it takes to push it through, and it looks really good. They are really close right now. Auror is just taking a little break, trying to regenerate the shield, to buy another upgrade for the shield. Fully upgraded Proton already on his side.
Everything looks like Lexi won't be able to push it back to guard their goal, and actually they can't.
Yep, it's one for each team in terms of the team boosters from the Anomalies, and I don't suppose that we are going to see the third one with only 30 seconds left.
Yeah, especially that those boosters are the same, they are equal, so we will see the really equal last minutes of the match. Probably.
I mean, it's not that equal in terms of the economy, in terms of credits. We can clearly see that the Exburg team got the upper hand for now.
Yeah, for now, for sure. They're trying, taking care about the Anomaly, but they are unable to take another bonus to their team. I think they should just focus taking the credits, the containers, and the eliminations.
Yep, I do see a different approach this game, because right now everybody has lasers, and the members of Exburg Atlantics has actually 2 fully upgraded lasers, so that's going to give an advantage in terms of pushing the star seed.
Of course, obviously. Galactic Gladiators are a little bit behind if we look at the credits, so their equipment is not as good as their enemies, but they were able to take 1 bonus to make enemies' advantage disappear like that, and still to play like equal.
Alright, Eskezia is trying to look for a really interesting flank by regenerating the shield. He's trying to hide a little bit, gain some of the shield back, and then go back to fighting, acquiring credits on his way to the middle.
Yeah, of course. It doesn't really take a lot of time, especially when the Anomaly is so slow as every game on the start of right after spawning.
Yeah, and also having fully upgraded weapons right now, it's pretty easy job. You just need like 2 or 3 shots from the laser, 2 or 3 tags to this container to actually get some more credits. And everybody right now is focusing on buying the upgrades for the shield, because we are heading towards the late game.
And the Ghost is right behind the wall, taking time to regenerate his shield, and it actually worked. He got his shield fully back and trying to get back the Anomaly to the middle.
And he's trying to rotate his weapons as best as possible to put as much effort and damage into pushing the Anomaly, but it's really hard. Even when you are playing a tank, even when you are really durable, it's not so easy of a job to do.
Yeah, Star Heroes are really hard game, to be honest. It's really hard shooter.
I mean, yeah, in terms of especially movement, because
Yeah.
in other games you are just, you know, keeping your feet on the ground, maybe jumping from some place to place, but right now you're fighting in every dimension. You are trying to fly left, right, up, down, forward, backward, you know, keeping an eye around yourself every time, paying attention to all of the details, the terrain, the enemy's position, overheating your weapon or not, playing around those cooldowns. It's also really important.
Yeah, overheating the weapon is also a really different mechanic mechanic when you don't have to like classically reload your weapon.
I mean, it's similar in terms of, you know, you can just full auto every time and you know, for the whole duration of the game you actually have to wait. Instead of reloading, you just need to give it a little bit of time to cool off.
But you have to pay attention
Yep,
about
yep.
overheating the weapon because you have to stop shooting.
Yeah, I mean, and sometimes it's frustrating when the enemy ship is just flying away with only like 5% of the health pool, and you cannot finish it off, and you're trying to chase it down, but he manages to do a little bit of movement, trying to hide here and there, and you just find yourself in a really weird spot when you went through half of the map trying to finish the enemy. Oh no, he just regained all of his shields, and we are back to a, you know, pretty drawn situation.
When I look at the equipments on the inventories of both teams, I would say that Xborg has a little advantage, especially when I look at the shields. Of course, yeah, Eskezia Proton Cannon is not fully upgraded, but their shields are already on 5 stacks.
Yeah, Eskezia is not paying that much attention to the proton cannon as we saw in the previous match. He's mostly focusing on the laser and the shield. Everybody from Xborg Atlantics with fully upgraded shields. Players of the Galactic Gladiators are lacking it a little bit.
But now, Gladiators taking control of the Anomali, they have to put it back on the middle because Xborg did a little advantage for them, pushed it away from the middle, and that would be a problem in the overtime especially.
Yeah, right now I can see why not so many players are playing the tank. I mean, it's good to have the additional health points, it's good to have the shield. I don't know if it denies the damage coming from the missiles or actually giving you a damage reduction. I wasn't able to play the tank. It's really interesting strategy, but it's so slow. I mean, on this map, it can be useful because in my opinion it's the smallest one, but it's really hard to navigate.
Probably, yeah, or maybe Nox Colony might be smaller.
I mean, Nox Colony has such a wide open space, it's really hard to tell.
Okay.
Or
Probably.
did you mean Digen's Arena?
Yeah, Arena. Alright.
Okay.
Misspelled.
I mean, it just clearly shows that you're new to the game. Those
Yeah.
players are not so new to the game. They got the experience, they got what it takes to be a really good talented pilot. They just need to prove it one more time because we are in the overtime.
We are in the overtime, but the multiplayer is not so big as we have seen already. 100.
That was something, yep.
Yeah, it was so fast that the both teams only focused the sphere, the Anomaly.
Speaking about the pace, not the pace of the overtime multiplier, but the pace of the game. So many eliminations left and right. As we can see right now, players of the Gladiator team don't have the time to actually focus on buying the full shield because they have to buy back over and over again to just stay in the fight.
And it's a big difference. That's a big advantage for Xborg team.
Yep, it really is the big advantage. Just look at Eskezia with 5,000 shield on his own right now, fully regenerated. He's just using the best use of the laser as possible, going full auto on the star seat, trying to keep the control of it. Right now, as we can see, it's paying off.
Which is really surprising, because Eskezia got only 4 kills and he's able to fully upgrade both weapons and his shield.
Yep, that's the team effort indeed. That's the team collection of credits. That's the paying for 2 main carries. M2 RK and Xborg Lexi are doing the job. Maybe not right now because as we can see, the Star City is once again bouncing back.
Bouncing back to the middle, but already with over 20 times faster.
Yep, and it's only going to be faster and faster. The number is going to grow and grow. The players will have to meet the pressure that is actually pretty much overwhelming them right now. One mistake can cost you the game at this point.
Even though Xbox are 10k credits advantage, that is not so obvious that if they will win the game.
Right now, it's pretty much all about the skill. Yeah, that's it. That's a difference in terms of, you know, having fully upgraded shield or not. It might be a game changer when it comes to one against one fight, but the strategic approach and the individual skill is the most important factor right now.
Decision making. Which one should you focus? The enemy or the Anomali?
And it's really hard to decide right now for the players of Xborg, because they are lacking time, they are lacking space, they are lacking possibilities to save.
100%?
Oh, what?
Like nothing happened, and
The last couple of seconds went maybe not without the fight, maybe not without the effort, but without the defender.
like they overslept, like they was so chilled about
They
the
were
position.
maybe they were just having problems going close to the actual star seed. Look at the score, Igor. It's 52 to 53, and this credits difference, even though it was enormous, it didn't make a difference at all this time.
Yeah, and the perfect game to show how the advantage of credits or early game does not really matter at the last anomaly at the star seed. You just have to be better with better aim, better decision making.
Yeah, and focusing mostly, if not only, on the star seed, like we saw from the side of Eskezia, is not the best tactic. I mean, it's paying off. I mean, it's cool, and someone has to do it. But when we are looking at the damage, he was so far behind.
Yeah, that would be so me.
Oh no.
But now we know who will play against when pilots.
And right now, I do know why the dev team was having a hard time in this matchup. We are going into the last two stages of the tournament, where the best, clearly the best team only are going to make it to the finals.
And Galactic Gladiators again against when pilots.
Yep, and right now I don't know who I'm going to cheer for. Probably no one, because both of those teams are playing. Are playing with a different approach to the game. I mean, yeah, the
kinda.
basics are the same. Go for the Proton, try to upgrade your shield, and you know, split the team into like a group of two who are going to mostly focus on getting rid of the enemies, and the one guy responsible of taking control of the center, taking control of the anomaly.
And push it a little forward to the enemy's goal.
Yeah. Just put more effort into dealing damage towards the big black star seed in the end, to go for the win. It really doesn't matter how much of an advantage of boosters and credits and eliminations you do have. If you happen to lose the last one, you're out.
Yeah. Let's make a little bet.
What are you going to bet?
Which augments? How many augments
Okay.
will be in the game?
So that's the subject. I'm gonna go with 3.
3. Okay.
That's a safe bet.
Yeah, really safe. Over 5.
You're
5
crazy.
plus.
You're a crazy guy. I do not believe that it is even possible at this level to happen.
Like, not for one team only.
Yeah. I
Alright.
don't believe
All right.
it's possible to happen. What are
We
the
will
odds?
see. I don't know.
Let's shake a hand on it.
Yeah, of course.
All right, and let's see who's going to succeed in this very bet and who's going to succeed in this very match. Because the winner of this match will not only go into the final of this qualification tournament, will actually get a promotion to the finals of all qualification tournaments. Because, as a quick reminder, we do have 3 qualification tournaments. The first one being played on the last Sunday. The second one is being played right now, and the third one is going to happen on the next Sunday.
That's correct. And the final of the qualification.
It's going to happen on Saturday, 10th of February.
That's correct.
And it's going to be a different format of the tournament. It's going to be round robin, one large group of round robin between all of the 6 possible best teams out there.
That's interesting format.
I mean, that's going to be really hyped matchups. From match to match, it's going to be, you know, the strongest against the strongest against the strongest. Let's take a quick look at the graphic of When Pilot's team. Once again, Kamix, Mateusz K, and Mixtier.
You know you know those guys, right?
Yeah, and a lot of them I do know personally because of this event on Poznań Game Arena back in 2022. As I told you, I had an opportunity to play mostly against Star Alliance players, but these guys, yeah, I do know. I've played with them on gamers meetups that I've been hosting. I saw them on many Galaxy tournaments that I've been casting and hosting, and you know.
I have never been in
Poznań Games Arena. You've never been there, okay. I mean, that's a really cool event, and it was fun having the Star Heroes event here back then. Yeah, it was fun. Even though we had like not so big stand, it was actually gaining a lot of attention because we had a live stream here, and I was there, you know, just screaming through the mic, so everybody would gather here and be like, what is this game? What is everybody so hyped about? And they were standing there for a couple of minutes, and okay, that's it. That's a really cool, interesting game, you know, esports based and everything. But it's a topic for another discussion. Right now, let's quickly jump into the final of the lower bracket itself.
Of the losers bracket, but definitely we will have at least one winner now.
It's When Pilots against Galactic Gladiators. It's do or die. It's win and qualify to the finals, or lose and get the 3rd place. And don't get me wrong, 3rd place is cool. But this time, it's like the worst place.
Yeah, you don't get nothing. Expect the respect from us.
That's a lot to gain, but to be fair, everybody's aiming for the top 2.
Yeah, definitely. But there is no need to cry about getting the 3rd place. The teams will also have another chance in another qualification.
I mean, yeah, you can always use it as an opportunity to train, to play against really strong opponents, to get used to this whole, you know, competitive and tournaments and everything like that. You know, the feeling, the actually time and effort you have to put to play through the pretty much whole tournament, because we are in the latest stage of the tournament possible.
And with the first blood, Ghosters, as we can see, first elimination goes to him.
Yep, but we do have some quick replies from the opposing side. We do have some action and fighting here and there, and nobody's paying that much attention to the containers when you can just easily, maybe not so easily, but shoot down one of the enemy spaceship and get not 30, not 90, but 200 credits for it.
And a little bit of advantage when Pilots, as we can see, got over 4k credits already when the Gladiators just came through the 3k.
Yeah, and as we can see, members of When Pilots pretty much already has the proton cannon or has the credits to buy the first really OP weapon and the first upgrade.
Yeah, definitely the most meta.
And
weapon.
What is meta if not the strongest solutions and the strongest tools to play?
Most effective tactic.
Available, yeah, I agree on that. That's the definition, basically.
Yeah, that's correct. And that's been a lot of hours casting, but one of the most important games is going on right now.
If not the most important right now, because as I remember, as a reminder, winner is going to the finals of qualification, and the loser has to give it yet another try on yet another qualification tournament. Let's quickly jump into the action. Mateusz K is dead. Revende is trying to take control of the middle, but he's also dead. Auror is fighting for the sphere, fighting for the Anomaly, trying to bounce it back. Okay, he slows it down a little bit. He's able to bounce it back, but not for long. Somebody is putting a lot of effort from the When Pilots team to stop it.
They really want to get the fast bonus, the fast augment, and make my bet real, but Gladiators doesn't want to make me win.
Yeah, Kamix is trying to work from the side, from the shadows, not put himself right in the open. And nobody has so much upgrades in the shield. Everybody is so vulnerable in terms of, you know, losing to one single set of missiles.
And when pilots gathering around the sphere, around the big black hole, and now going in, taking the advantage, taking the first bonus.
Yep, that's the first one. That's a starter indeed. Right now you have a couple of seconds to reconsider, to regroup, to think about the first upgrades. And talking about upgrades, almost maxed out on the proton cannons.
Oof. That's a really, really great score. That's really great timer to get your proton cannons fully upgraded.
Yeah,
by
within the first
pilots.
5 minutes, that's something.
That's really good score. As we can see, they earn already over 1,100 credits.
Yep, and they are going to go with the advantage, they are going to go with the momentum, they are trying to go with the second booster on their behalf.
Booster of capacity and regeneration, that will be the great augment.
So, 2 in already, we only need one more, right?
One more for your bet, yeah, but I will probably see a lot of more augments.
Alright, let's find out.
I would bet.
Let's find out what's going to happen right now. Kamix once again fighting in the middle, and he's doing a really, really good job right now.
And Gladiators fully aced.
Yep, right now it's a time to, when the enemy team is fully aced and you pushed the sphere really, really hard, as we can see over 90% of the power, you have the time to go back to your base, regain some shield, buy some upgrades and prepare for the next fight. The third booster is going to go on the account of When Pilots.
The fourth will be on
Stop
the
the
map
count.
right
Stop the
now
count.
in 5 seconds.
Nah.
And When Pilots won't slow down.
Nah, I do believe that they are going to take it
No,
chill.
no. They are starting to focus the Anomaly, but Gladiators doesn't want to give it as the fourth for the enemies.
Everybody is gathering around the middle. Everybody is gathering in this 4-way tunnel for a really big fight. And Mixter and Kamix with 2 eliminations. They are pushing the enemy team back, trying to save the sphere, trying to bounce it back, but it's really hard with this handicap.
And going in through the goal line. 4th is down. We are waiting for the 5th one.
Alright, so
it's a tie now, but we still have 3 more minutes.
yeah, and the pace of this game is really high, and not only in terms of getting the actual boosters, but especially when it comes to eliminations. Look how many kills each of the sides are getting per minute.
Wow, when you look at the When Pilots elimination score, that's really impressive.
Yep, it is. I am impressed by the presence of those guys. I mean, they know what they are fighting for. They know that they have to prove themselves. They know that the B team is not in the game.
Red team is going for another augment. Red team.
Stop it, Kamix.
Galactic Gladiators want to take the advantage of the handicap.
Yep, and they almost succeed in that, but luckily for when pilots, Kamix was there to defend.
Yeah, he was there. Mateusz K is also back, and Kamix deleted.
Okay, Mateusz with some missiles, Mateusz with some lasers action going on, succeeds with getting the kill right now, looking for the sphere, trying to bounce it back once again.
The laser advantage for sure, especially for now. Ghosters upgrading the laser for the first time, but he's not there to push it back, and the augment is back on the middle.
Alright, let's take a look at Auror, what he's up to. Trying to take a flank, trying to chase Mixtier, trying to take him from the back of his starship right now, using the movement to confuse some enemies, trying to regenerate the shield because he's on the 0 of the shield capacity right now, and that wasn't enough to stay alive.
And over 1 more minute to take the 4th augment for the Wen pilots. They have a lot of time and they will try to do it for sure.
Yeah, with 100% force, they are indeed going to succeed in this.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks. That was easy.
Besides that, you won the bet when pilots are in a good straight path to win the match. I mean, look at the advantage. Almost everyone with maxed out shield.
But yeah, we know they have much more augments, which are bonuses basically, much more credits, but definitely we know that the Galactic Gladiators are fighting till the end, even though when they are when the enemies are in the upper hand.
Is somebody going to stop the sphere? I mean, there's only 15 seconds left till the spawn of the last one, and
the
I
plus is
see
going
no
in.
defender.
And it's my plus, 5 plus.
Congrats on this.
Another one. But yeah, 5 minutes left, so in 15 seconds we will see the star seed, which is generating right now.
Mateusz K needs only like a little bit more to buy his last upgrade for the shield. Right now he's able to afford it, so I do recommend buying the last one before going for an actual hardcore fight.
Yeah, thank you for your recommendations. But Mateusz K will do whatever he wants.
Doesn't care about what I'm saying. Probably
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
even hear it.
Definitely.
But he bought it anyways.
Yeah, that's a good decision.
Yep. That's probably the best decision to do right now. Maxed out shields, maxed out prodons, a lot of augments working alongside with them. Much more eliminations. Let's just take a look at Kamix. He's not afraid of going 1 against 3. Maybe right now he thought it's not so the best plan. Let's wait for the shield to go back up.
Actually, kinda is. He went back, hide himself to regenerate his shield. Obviously, most efficient tactic, as we know. It's
That's
really
not
important.
backing off from the fight. That's, you know, just taking a little break to catch the breath.
Need to recover.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not being a coward.
Look at it as a stamina, for example. If you're low on stamina, you
Yeah.
can punch as hard as you would like to.
So you have to wait a few seconds
But
to
it's-
take a breath.
Yeah, exactly. I'm happy
Clear
that
your
you're
mind.
getting my point. The point is that the Galactic Gladiators are not backing off either. They were able to fight a little bit around the middle. Right now, as we can see, Ghosters is still cooking. It's still trying to blaze the star seed with his laser.
And as we can see, not so good situation for the Gladiators. They don't have fully upgraded laser. They are not even close to that situation, to be honest. When pilots are really close, just a matter of time to get the last upgrades for the Mixture and Mateusz K.
Yeah, and it's just a matter of only couple of credits. Mixter already has the money, Mateusz K needs like one elimination or two assists to do so, so it's just a matter of a couple of seconds. Mixter fully upgraded, Mateusz K the only one missing some upgrades. But when we look at Galactic Gladiators, they are missing a few upgrades, not only the one.
Yeah, which is a huge difference for the late game, especially when you can start keeping the money, making your wallet bigger to revive in the overtime.
Yeah, and basically when pilots can just take it slow right now, because yeah, pushing the start seat right now, it's still the best tactic, but you don't have to stress much about it. You can just accumulate some credits for later, wait for the overtime, wait for the moment that the credits are really coming in handy, and that's where the advantages making a difference.
Yeah, because as we can see, on the highest level of the players, on the highest leaderboard players, there is definitely most important phase of the game is the overtime. When it's around 20, 30 multiplayer, it start making the difference.
I mean, it would be really lovely to go without the overtime, but as we can see, it's really hard, even if the match is maybe not one-sided, because this one is not. But even if you have such a big advantage, even if you're leading in terms of so many factors, it's still not that easy to push the actual star seed. It's like really heavy. You
Yeah.
can't just go in, land a couple of shots, and it's going to make that big of a difference.
Yeah, and I think making it spawn a little bit later would be great, to be honest, in my opinion.
This game will be balanced throughout the time evenly, I do
Yeah,
believe.
of course.
I mean, the devs team right now have a full picture of what's going on in a competitive gameplay.
Yeah. They even attend as players.
And they were going really nice, and
Even better yesterday, not yesterday, the last tournament.
yeah, I mean, this tournament is just that we have so many stronger teams.
Yeah,
Let's take a look at when Pilots B and the devs team, the third and the fourth team from the last qualifications. Where are they now? Disqualified.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's
Many more
focus on the overtime.
Yeah, which is starting right now. The multiplayer is going up, but not as much difference than in the main time.
I mean, it's slowly getting the pace right now. Let's just focus on what's going on. Kamik's been dead for like 5 seconds. That's a slow buyback. That's a little bit of losing tempo, even though all of the players from When Pilots has a lot of credits, then can buyback after buyback after buyback. They cannot let the momentum slide. They cannot lose it, even for a couple of seconds, because it's so dangerous at this stage of the game.
Yeah, as we can see, Gladiators doesn't have as many credits, and they are really struggling with reviving themselves.
Yeah, and even though one or two of them are going straight to the point, there are 3 players of When Pilots waiting for them to approach them. As we can see right now, 2 eliminations. It's really close to putting it toward the end, toward the goal line. Auror is focusing on stopping the ball from advancing. He's basically ignoring the enemies. His only goal is to push it back.
But now he's dead. There is advantage for the When Pilots. They have 1 player more, and they are pushing it back forward, actually, to the enemy's goal.
Yeah, Mixer is trying to get rid of all defenders while maintaining the push. It's really close. It looks like the matter of seconds, but Galactic Gladiators are still fighting, but it just wasn't enough.
Now we know that they are not guardians, because they didn't
They
guard.
couldn't guard, but they fought like gladiators indeed.
For sure. Till the last seconds, till the last blood cell.
Okay, looking at the eliminations, there was a really big gap. Looking at the credits, indeed, also upgrades in shields, Ghosters and Revande just wasn't able to finish this job. damage also for in the favor of When Pilots team. They just deserved it.
Definitely. We have seen match between two really good teams, but as we can see, when pilots are much more experienced and much better.
And the winner could only be the one, and it's a When Pilots. Congratulations on advancing to the finals of qualifications, but right now we do have the one last match of today's tournament. The winner gets a small cash prize alongside with the qualification, and the loser, I mean, you're still qualified and you're still fighting for the big picture stuff. You are fighting for the presence on a LAN. You are fighting for some other prizes that we are not going to talk about right now, because we are going to talk about the finalists of today, Star Alliance.
In the squad of Peggy, Pan Pilot, Gravity Revolt and Spartan.
Yeah, the additional player Spartan. Right now he doesn't need to worry about being an administrator on this tournament because we have only one match left. Everybody likes Proton, everybody likes Nox Colony, and everybody likes the different game.
Different games, definitely. As we can see, Peggy is fan of Metin.
Metin too.
Two.
My man.
Yeah. TBR Metin.
Tough question. I'm going to pass on that.
Oh,
Star
perfect.
from Star Heroes game and Alliance as a partnership. That's a really clever way of coming up with the name of the team. Experience, pretty much the biggest possible there is. First pro team, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I named them a pro team because they are pretty much like farming from tournament to tournament, just declassifying enemies.
And probably the only reason that they are in the second qualification tournament, because they didn't attend the first one.
Yeah, that's basically the case. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this conversation about this specific team. In my opinion, the best. Just look at the bracket. Starting in the round 1 against Not So Heroes, then Team Hydra, then When Pilots B, then When Pilots to clash against When Pilots again.
A chance to revenge, but it won't be easy for sure.
Nah, it won't be easy. It won't be one-sided. That's the last thing I'm expecting from this match. I'm expecting a really pretty much the best level of advancement in this game that's possible.
And I really wish you, Majutek, that the game will match your expectations.
It will. I am 100% sure of that. Let's hope that our casting skills will somewhat match the skills of these players.
I hope. Especially in English.
Hope it's what's left for us.
Probably, yeah.
Alright, let's stand up. Let's just give it our best, because those players are going to give their best at this game.
Definitely. They are the best, for sure. As we can see on leaderboard.
Yup, on leaderboard, on this tournament bracket, and on many other results. Let's go one last time with full names: Star Alliance and representatives Gravity Revolt, Pan Pilot and Peggy. And on the other side, When Pilots?
When Pilots, yeah, of course. Mateusz K, Kamix, and Mixtier.
Thank you.
Mixtier.
Thank you.
No problem.
They are taking it slowly. No eliminations just yet. Nobody is trying to risk taking the advantage by in the same time losing the advantage, because going into the early fights, it's all about the skill. No, it's all about the strategic approach, the ambush, the trying to outnumber your enemy. So everybody is just on their side of the map, collecting, scouting, taking it safe, taking the passive income of credits, being near the spawn to try to go and buy the proton cannon.
Yeah, the same thing as we have seen in the semifinals of the winners bracket. They are really playing early game really safe.
And I do believe that's the most efficient approach to the game. You don't want to risk anything, to be honest. You're just trying to play it slow, you're just trying to gather up, you're trying to see if your enemies are making any mistakes. Looks like, you know, the opening in chess, everything is so even, you're just waiting for the first mistake.
And as we can see, they use it greatly, as you see when pilots with the first elimination.
I mean, it was a surprise. Mateusz K just, you know, appeared on the screen of poor Pan Pilot and used those missiles and a couple of shots of proton cannon to seal the deal.
Yeah, and in the close range, it's really lethal.
It's a death sentence, basically.
Actually, yeah. Especially when you do not...
Have the shield upgraded?
yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I knew it.
Definitely.
So, the first anomaly is spawned, is the plus 500 maximum health for the spaceships.
And it's really great for the early game. It's not scaling as good as the percentages bonus.
But for the early game, yeah, it might be the best augment possible to get. So I can see Star Alliance players putting much more effort into pushing that. Right now on our screen, Gravity Revolt from the safe distance, just doing some work, trying to maintain the pace, maintain the advantage into pushing. Right now, when coming closer to the goal line, he's trying to position himself further away from the spawn to gain the distance, to be still into the safe spot.
And as we can see, he got already the spots that he's really safe against the spawn killers.
Yep. But it's I mean, it might be the safe spot, but not the best to fight for the actual anomaly. As we can see, it bounced back straight to the middle.
Yeah. Even though the Star Alliance got a little advantage in credits, now they are when pilots are back with the anomaly.
Maybe they just want to play with it like, you know, with the ball on a football field. They are just trying to take control of it without touching it, just slowly escort it here, then bounce it back, you know, play it slowly, try to, you know, make it really hard for the enemies. But hey, that's a nice series of eliminations for Wind Pilots.
But Star Alliance is pushing it back again to the middle, even though when pilots do not really want that thing, but they have no other choice when Mateusz K was out of the game for a few seconds.
Star Alliance team is trying to play a really slow, controlled game. They are not rushing that much. They are not trying to go for the skill check matchups, one against one fights. They are just trying to play around the sphere, try to control it a little bit, take the more safer spots, you know, just scare some enemies with those mass missiles, or actually get an elimination. Pretty easy one.
For the Peggy, who already got 6 eliminations.
Yeah, Gravity Revolt right now on our screen, trying to finish off one of the enemies. Kamix is dead, Peggy and Mr. Pilot, oh my god, the ace, the really easy execution of this strategy. Mr. Pilot trying to be the goalkeeper right now.
Yeah, but Gravity Revolt got killed from the grave. The missiles were still on the map going through and killed him, even though none of the Wen Pilots players were
Right now
alive.
we just saw the interaction of Pan Pilot using the missiles that are actually not going to attack the anomaly, they are going to attack the closest enemy.
Yeah.
And
But
once again,
Once again.
are they?
No, they attacked Anomaly.
Yeah, they did. But I do believe that the previous set just went straight for the enemy spaceship. I have to educate myself on that.
Probably. But now, it was really close for when pilots to get their first augment, but Star Alliance is trying to defend their goal.
Everybody is trying to push the augment as hard as possible, but the winner might only be one in this scenario. It is when pilots with plus 500 health for each one of them.
It took almost 4 minutes to get the first augment for when pilots, and I don't think that Star Alliance will be able to take their own bonus for the late game when it's only 3 minutes left.
Maybe. Let's take a look at Peggy, please. I am really curious of the playstyle of this player. 10 eliminations, only 2 deaths. Really looking not only as a Star Alliance member, as a star of this very team.
Hiding himself in the tunnel, he easily can get a cover, get back to the fight after recovering his shield, and Peggy with really interesting playstyle.
Yeah, I mean, he's the guy with the most eliminations, and that might be the most exciting to look at right now, trying to buy some goodies for himself. Boom, fully upgraded Proton, boom, laser level 1.
And of course 3 stacks on the shield, so he's pretty tanky.
Yeah, pretty basic for this moment of the game, using the laser to push the Anomali, but quickly, you know, getting an eye on the enemy.
It's really important now if you want to have a tie in the bonuses.
I mean, it's a really nice bonus, plus 30% shield regeneration speed. That might be the best one for the late game when you are fully stacked.
Probably yeah. When you can hide for a few seconds and easily get back to the fight over the Anomaly, even though your shield is really huge and it takes some time to regenerate it.
Definitely, it outscales the plus flat bonus on health.
Definitely. Yeah, but as we can see, it's around 5k credits advantage for Star Alliance.
I mean, in the final, in this matchup, this is actually huge.
Yeah, it's really big, especially when we don't see as many eliminations as we have seen in other games.
It's not so chaotic as it used to be. This is the matchup between 2 sets of gentlemen trying to settle it up in the really nice and exciting space shooter game.
Only 1 minute left before the Star Seed. I don't really believe that any of those teams will get another augment, but Star Alliance is trying to prove me wrong.
Yep, they are trying really hard right now. Mr. Pilot is dead, but it's 1 for 2. Oh, Peggy died, but look at this really quick buyback.
Hey.
He's not trying to waste any second in here.
And another bonus for the Star Alliance, 2-1.
Yep, and also another bonus that's not flat, that's a percentage, so it's going to scale really well into the late game. 20 seconds to push the last augment and to get an actual bonus. I do not believe that is going to happen. No chance at least.
I'm not a believer.
Yep, Peggy is not even paying attention to this. He's just trying to, you know, get some kills before spawning of the last Star Seed of this tournament.
Which is generating right now. We will see it in 10 seconds, obviously, as every time.
Everybody is up to the shop to try to buy some of the last upgrades before the big fight starts. It's not starting right now, to be honest. It will take a few minutes, but yeah, making a statement, pushing the Star Seed a little bit to the opponent's side is really useful. Oh, Peggy is reacting so quickly. Right, couple of seconds ago, somebody was on his tail. He noticed a couple of shots on his ship, and he quickly did a 180, you know, with the laser, with the proton, with the missiles, just annihilating the enemy.
A really good player with really good aim, great tactical brain.
It simply looks like the best player of this tournament so far.
Yeah, for sure. As we can see, 15 eliminations, the best score in the game.
Oh, Mixter with some problems right now. Lost his shield, going back to the spawn to regenerate a little bit of this.
It's kinda useful.
Yeah, but you know, if you have to go through the spawn to get some free space, which means you are in a really big problem.
Definitely. We can say that when pilots are in trouble.
Peggy is already spending all of his free credits to buying back from being dead. He's like 1 upgrade away from being full build.
I don't know if when pilots will be able to buy and fully upgrade the lasers.
But it really doesn't matter because nobody from the enemy team, nobody from the Wind Pilot side has any laser at all. Okay, the first one
Yeah.
just came in from Kamix.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like the default one, the level 0.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that's correct. Star Alliance is going through the tunnel, which is the choke point that is the hardest to push through.
And pretty much every game is ending in the overtime, especially this close game, especially final between so many great pilots from the leaderboard.
So many experienced players. That's for sure.
I mean, the skill in this lobby is like over 9,000.
Over 9,000.
I don't know how did I measure that, but
I have no idea.
but it is.
But I think you're correct.
Peggy is going for some eliminations. He's at 17 right now and still looking for more. A Mixter on his aim, but quickly swapping his interest to the other players, trying to fight them all at one time.
But the Anomali getting out of the tunnel, as we can see, it looks so easily, but it's not. The Star Alliance team is just so great.
Yeah, they're trying to put some small effort into keeping the Anomali on the other side of the map to not have to worry about defending in the last second.
For sure, for sure. When pilots do not have so much luck, so much skill as the Star Alliance in this late game.
Yep, it's all about the skills right now. It's all about those micro decisions. It's all about landing the shot or missing it. It's all about those small numbers that appears on your screen. You just need them to be bigger than your enemies.
And it's all about saving the credits for the actual late game, for the overtime when the multiplier is going wild and you have no time to stay and wait for the revive.
Yeah, as we can see, they are still having some chills, mostly because all 3 members of Wind Pilot's team were dead, and Starseed is pushing at 100% of power. They can get some extra credits, not to upgrade weapons necessarily, but as you just mentioned, to be able to buy back from every possible situation.
And amazing spots by both of the players, Mateusz K.
Why is no one defending? What is going on when
He's trying.
Yeah, but he needs to get close and use the laser.
Yeah, obviously it would be so useful, and as you said, Mateusz K is doing.
But he's in a big trouble. He's so low, he's like 1 or 2 shots away from being dead.
And now he's dead, but paying back Kamix with the kill.
Yeah, Kamix is trying to bounce it back, but he doesn't have the power, doesn't have the force to do so right now, trying to get rid of Pan Pilot. He's going for this fight, but it's not so easy.
And the multiplier is growing slowly, as we can see. Star Alliance is really close to close the game.
Gravity Revolt is trying to keep the enemies busy, trying to keep them away from the Starseed, trying to make it impossible to bounce it back. They did succeed for a while at least, but it's still coming back their way.
When pilots do not have enough credits to revive them back and back and back, when the Star Alliance is killing them
And
instantly.
That might be over, that's pretty much nobody to defend. It's so close, it's almost on the goal line, it's still pushing almost at full force. It might be the end of this rivalry between Star Alliance and Wind Pilots. Only a couple of meters, only last few shots, and they got it!
Got it! Star Alliance with the win.
Yeah, and it was a really nice statement. It wasn't going to be over a 100 multiplier. It wasn't to be going a half of an hour match. It was way smoother than before.
So waiting in the final, chilling, was really worth it, as we can see. Fighting the extra match for the Wind Pilots didn't give them anything.
Probably the least amount of eliminations from any match we've seen today.
Probably yes.
It was a really nice, classy game. It wasn't the brawl, it wasn't the bloodbath. It was a really nice strategic approach and understanding of this game. But in the end, Star Alliance are the winners once again.
Great performance from all of those players, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, just look at those numbers. Even Gravity Revolt, even though he's not having the best day himself, not the best KDA player, not the best damage output, he's still outperforming pretty much everyone from the tournament. He fought against really tough opponents today alongside with his team, but as I just said, Star Alliance are the winners once again. I cannot even count how many tournaments did they win?
I don't really know how
Yeah,
many,
I
but
mean,
for sure this one.
for sure, 100%, man.
And one more thing that is sure, that I'm sure about, they won't win qualification tournament number 3.
Yeah, I do believe that the team of Gravity Revolt also won the tournament I was bringing up before, the tournament on the Poznan Game Arena 2022. They were there. They probably won. I am like 90% sure, and they want to attend the another LAN event of Star Heroes, the second one, because in 2023 we didn't have an opportunity to host one. So let's start 2023 with a really big event, with a really big release, the grand premiere of the game. We are going out of the beta stage. Everything is almost ready, so let's get ready for this event.
Yeah, 2024 will be great year for Star Heroes for sure.
And for Star Alliance.
Yeah, probably.
If they don't change the roster, if they keep to play every day, to train, to communicate, to work hard, I am pretty sure that it's going to pay off. Not only in terms of the beta tournaments, but when we actually go live with some big stage events, hopefully, then yeah, they are going to rock and roll this.
Yeah, it's team created by top 4 leaderboard players, so it speaks for itself.
I mean, it's hard to lose when you have such talented players in your team.
For sure.
I do believe that it's all for today, guys. I mean, the second qualification tournament was even closer and better than the first one. Then what's awaiting us on the third one, on the last chance to qualify for the finals of qualifications, the last chance to get yourself a shot at playing at the stage on the 17th of February at the big crypto community conference in Warsaw. I mean, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, if you want to sign up for the last qualification tournament, remember to have all 3 players.
Yeah, and remember to go to the page starheroestournament.com, check our Discord, check our X or any other social media. You will find the information there. Feel free to sign up. I do hope that it's going to be even bigger and even more exciting than this one. We're waiting. We are waiting for you and everybody.
Yeah, so thank you for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for participating. Big thank you from my side, Rafał Majutek-Szczepanek, and my colleague
Igor Ikarwypen.
and hopefully we will see each other in the weekend, in the Sunday. Bye bye.